Pillar.
Hello. Oh, I meant to get rid of my gum. Well, I'll do that in a second.
Hello. This is weird.
Greetings, guys. What you doing over there, Druid? You grew a beard. Fate, you shaved off your beard. What's going on? Are you trying to swap with each other? You know what's this? You confused me.
I don't know.
You go first.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. I don't like sitting in Druid's chair. There's too many pillows. It's because she's so short. I mean, look at the height, the difference.
Sitting in the chair like a normal person.
Normal?
Normal.
You're even short. I know, right?
I don't know if you're capable of that. No offense, but
yeah.
We mean that in the best way possible.
Okay. Sorry. Hang on. Try this again.
That's all right. We love the comedic effect. You're still hiding behind.
Oh my God, this feels so much better.
What are you doing?
Oh.
Philip is trying to mesmerize everybody with his eyes.
What is it? Con saving throw?
I got to get rid of this gum because this is embarrassing.
No, that would be a wisdom saving throw, right? That's a 5.
Depends on the eye.
Thanks. Well, he said charming, so I went with wisdom, and I lost.
Now, actually, she said mesmerize, which is different.
Same.
You're right. It's still a wisdom thing. Oh,
roll a 5.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to episode 84 of the Isles in the Mist Dungeons and Dragons campaign. Can you guys believe it's been 84 episodes? That's incredible. I'm super stoked and appreciative that I found folks like you that have a great capacity for lots of D&D.
All the D&D, all of the time.
Yeah.
I still remember back when we started how, and I don't know about you guys, but it hasn't really changed for us, and I don't think it has for you guys either, but one of the many comments you guys had shared with us several times was that, you know, it's the part of the week you look forward to the most because it keeps your sanity and because, you know, it's just like a part of your life. You can't imagine without it.
Oh yeah.
It's
100%.
it's like brushing your teeth, only way more fun.
Yes. It's brushing the brain.
I don't think Druid brushes her teeth.
I do though.
Oh, yeah. Finding the grove, chalking it on rooms, first shining shoes encounter. Yeah, you're right. It does feel like, it's weird. It feels simultaneously like ages ago, but it also feels like we just experienced it in a lot of ways, you know? Yeah. The first time seeing the blue glow, like no meme involved, like, you know? Yeah. And
it's cool that it
Blaze has been waiting all week. Hell yeah.
It's cool that it became a meme that people get in on, even if they don't understand where it came from. You know?
Yep. It'll live on in infamy.
It's only irritating because of my bullshit snicker.
Wow, Holy Blaze, Dagoth, Wookiees, thank you for your kind words. All right, well, so official intros. Hi guys, I'm StormyD of Stormy Saga Games. I'm your host and dungeon master. Play all the NPCs and create the encounters and the story and play in the world that my friends and I help create together. And thank you for the sub. Nanum Skipter gave to Spiper. Thank you. Appreciate you. So, was that one of you guys?
No.
It was not me.
I know it wasn't you.
Was not me.
Yeah, yeah. Well, whoever it was, thank you. I'm honored. I appreciate you guys. We appreciate you. So intros again. You know who I am now because I said so.
Now you do.
And the other person who spoke, let's have her introduce herself next. Okay, Vanna, what's your name?
Anna Green. Vanta Green.
I'm Druid Ira, and I play Fern, who's a wood elf, Circle of Spores Druid, and this is Chalk Pillar. Oh, Chalk Pillar.
In your alternate dream world life, you happen to also be the co-host of a podcast named Man with the Banter.
Yeah.
New episode every Friday.
Shameless plug. Catch it on YouTube and Spotify.
YouTube,
And
Spotify,
Amazon
And another
Amazon
person
Music,
that just
that's
spoke.
right.
and here soon, Apple
Yep.
Podcasts.
That's right.
Soon?
Soon, yes.
Soonish.
Soon. Eventually. It'll happen.
One
Now, the bearded guy next to the green-haired lady, please introduce
Yeah.
yourself.
Hello, everybody. I am extirpatefate. I play Lorkris, who's an Oathbreaker Paladin and a Path of the Grave Cleric of no gods.
Zero gods. No gods at all.
You can't help doing that every time
you know
now.
what? I will say, as of right now, not of any gods currently known to Lorkris. Because it still may be a god. We haven't ruled that out entirely. We just know it's not actually Weejoss or Melora. Technically.
Technically,
But this is Guar,
Bar, best uwu.
the best.
the
Uwu.
best uwu.
The best Uwu.
Speaking of uwus, show us your uwu and introduce yourself, my sweet blue-haired king. Blue-eared, blue-haired.
Ooh, ooh, Oh, are we doing the dance now too?
Is this Rylar dab time?
Shit. Yeah. Also stands in for touchdown for Simon.
Oh, that's true.
That too. It also works.
Yes, that's true.
Yes. Who are you?
Who are you?
Well, Wookiees, I next time we play Played Up, I will not be manager Starkitty.
Really?
I will not be manager Starkitty.
I will be the manager.
Oh, no. I don't know. Which one sounds
No.
scarier, to be honest?
I know which one sounds scarier.
All right, introduce yourself, please.
Yes.
Hi, everybody. My name is itsStarkitty. I play Miss Emillynn Ray, war bard of the party, College of the Battle Singer bard. And this is Philip.
We love Philip.
It's super awesome.
We do.
Philip loves everybody, and Philip loves chat. So everybody gets the bardic gets a Philip inspiration in chat.
Right
So
on.
that means everybody gets an additional D10.
Yes.
To roll on an attack roll or ability or skill check.
Yes.
Yep.
Or if Philip thinks you're performing very well, he will make you hit it again,
Mm-hmm.
and then you get to add that D10 to your damage. Right,
Nice.
Philip?
Can you add it to the emotional damage too?
I don't know. Anywho,
You can,
Yeah.
because I do have vicious mockery.
that you almost never use.
Not
So,
anymore.
and Philip is 3D too, don't forget that.
Yeah. Yes. Philip is glorious. Philip is soft. Philip is squishy.
Philip has taste feels exactly like a
Like a trap sack.
Actually, he feels more like yarn.
Oh. Well, no.
anyways.
I was gonna make like an unraveling joke and I couldn't really come up with them fast enough.
Sometimes it goes that way.
Yeah.
Can't land them all, buddy.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah,
But
Philip is the best baby beholder.
Yeah.
yes.
It's the nicest one so far that we've met.
So are you guys? It's also the only baby beholder you've ever met. Are you guys ready for the shenanigans of episode 84?
Oh.
Okay. Well,
Oh my gosh.
thank you, non-actual Simon. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
And I missed it, so I missed that stream.
Okay, you guys, you're okay. Well, thank you, thank you,
Do it.
thank you, both of you. All right,
Oh, Alex, you're gonna put a baby beholder in your campaign?
right on.
Your
Yes.
baby beholder should act like a baby snake that's extremely venomous, or he has no idea how to control it, so it's that much stronger.
Mm.
And it reminds me of a
See, that was a different DM idea. That's not for this DM. It's for a different DM idea. Just saying.
No, it reminds me of a previous campaign that Stormy and I were. Stormy ran me through with two of our friends. We had a baby. What was it?
Basilisk.
Yeah, a baby basilisk that couldn't control its eyes. So if you kind of if you looked at the baby basilisk wrong, you might be turned to stone. Because
Nice.
it couldn't control its eye movements yet.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
We understand, Simon. Appreciate you. All right, so we're here
Baby
for
basilisk's
tonight's.
name was Coco.
Go.
So we're here for tonight's episode. Speaking of
Yeah,
Alex,
yeah.
we're just talking about you. Beholder version of Broly from DBZ. Kinda, yeah. All right.
You can't name it something like the polyphiliponic percepitude. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, you
'Cause-
probably shouldn't make it cute and a pet because then it's very much like, I'm just gonna rip this idea off. But no, I'm kidding. Enjoy. Do what you want with
no,
your own
take
imagination.
ideas,
Oh,
steal them
geez.
all. Steal every idea.
All right. Well,
Speaking of ideas.
speaking of
I have
ideas, you guys have some ideas to talk about, but let's get to the
Yes.
recap. So, wow, last week, just to reiterate, guys, we're wrapping up into the last few sessions where all the final mysteries will be revealed. Everybody will understand where this has been going from the start, and any potential, super fights with BBEGs will have occurred. And last week was one of those special ones. The party found an ancient secret grove on an invisible island on the lake near the Radiant Mountain. And this invisible island was only visible by Fern until
And
the
Philip.
other party member, and Philip, that's true. Until the other party members touched her, then they could see it. And
I forgot to test that theory with Philip. Like if I just went,
sure, you didn't. Oh well, missed opportunity. They happen.
Damn.
Wow, there's the Goris with the raid. Thank you. Arigato gozaimasu. We're just getting into the recap of last week. What an honor, guys.
oh, you're playing World of Warcraft.
World of Warcraft, right on. Wow. The
How was your stream?
one of the first big MMOs to take on the world for sure. I'm coming to your area New Year's.
Oh, hardcore. Okay.
Right on. Wow. I didn't know there was such a thing. Cool. I honestly never partook in that particular. We haven't done too many MMOs. A couple there.
Last time I played World of Warcraft, it was during original beta, and I played for like 30 minutes.
That was the only time you ever played it, right?
That's the only time I ever played it because my younger brother's like,
Never touched
"Do you
it.
want to try out WoW?" And I'm like, "Sure."
Yeah, never touched it.
Well, welcome in, Nerd the Goris and Raiders. Appreciate you so much for sharing your folks with us. We'll do our best to entertain you and them. If you got a raid and run because you got food or sleep-ins or something to do, we totally get it. If you want to stick around for the action, we appreciate that too. For all of your folks that you brought in, we were just doing the recap from last week, talking about how we're wrapping up into the last few episodes. Tonight is episode 84, and a lot of wild stuff is happening. The final few mysteries are being revealed in the next few weeks, and the final fights may occur. So here we go. Last week, the party members, like I said, found the secret grove on a secret island that's invisible except to Fern. And on that island, it was overgrown with lush greenery and colorful plant life and flowering plant life. And but at the center of it was some sort of magical, mystical anomaly, a shimmering effect. Basically, they called it the shimmering anomaly. And turns out that at the center of this island was an ancient Druidic village, and it was a refugee village where an outcast Archdruid was protecting refugees from another kingdom whom her kingdom was at war with. And she had befriended her, her name was Eliana, is that right? Did I remember that right?
Yeah.
And she had befriended a fellow, or excuse me, she had befriended a gargantuan who was one of the enemy, quote unquote. But he also came to the realization that they shouldn't be enemies. There was no reason to, that they were being manipulated by dark forces. And even if they weren't manipulated by dark forces, there was no reason for them to be enemies. So his name was Althric, Crusader Althric. And apparently he had a child with him on the island, and she also did. But she was helping usher in refugees, and this all happened 15,000 years ago. And during the moment where she had finally finished her special teleportation spell that would allow her to teleport the refugees to a faraway continent that they had never actually been to. In the process of that, she got most of the refugees free, but not all of them. And in the process of that, the dark armies of the Triumvirate, the evil Goliath people, the enemies of the Archdruids, they weren't always evil, but they became evil. They had sent a crack team of assault, assassin, warriors, mages, basically, to eradicate these refugees, these outcasts. And so a massive battle ensued between the Archdruid Althric and an Archmage sent by the Triumvirate and his small army of undead. And during the battle, certain combinations of spells were cast, and certain things happened, certain effects happened, and ultimately the moment something basically powerful happened. The Archmage was using an artifact staff, an artifact version of a Staff of the Magi, basically a Staff of the Archmagi. And during the fight, somehow or another, it was broken while certain other effects were going on at the same time. And it created some sort of mystical, magical anomaly that, in effect, created the appearance of freezing that moment in time for the last 15,000. And our party members have come to this place and found it in this state. And they have spent some time trying to figure out what they can do to, at the very least, if they can't stop it, they want to learn something from it, glean something from it, because their instincts are telling them that there's something to be known and understood here. And so that's where we're at tonight. Did I miss anything? Okay, cool. Now, what I like to do is have my folks tell me what stood out most to them last time. And so you guys ready for this? Why? That's getting, that's like, wow. All right, here we go. Who do we think it's going to be this time? It can't be this one.
Rylar.
It's actually Fern this time. Again, that was just like last week.
That's your curse. It was pretty crazy to see like something happened like so long ago be frozen in time. And that's what really stood out, you know? It was pretty crazy. It's normal for nature to like, you know, bend around me and stuff. That's not weird. At least not to me.
Right.
You know, so that... But what was weird was to see like... frozen.
Right.
It's just cool.
Oh, to clarify what she's talking about, I forgot to describe that when they arrived on the island, the plants, the plant life, including the grasses and the flowers and the trees, would basically move out of the way and just gently caress the Fern in the party. And they were basically showing deference to Fern, allowing her pass. So, anything else to add, Fern?
No.
Okay. Next. Miss Ray.
Philip, you see what I see? Did you see what I see? Oh, of course you can. You can see the island without me having to, yeah. Anyways, the heck is going on? Why is this island so welcoming to Fern? I'm a little freaked out right now. What does this have to do with Lorkris? What the heck is going on? Philip, I need answers. What is all that magic? What is all that magic? Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. That is it.
Okay. All right. Lorkris.
Well, here I thought the weirdest thing I'd experience is a pocket dimension. Why do things get weirder and weirder? Yeah, confusion is normal. Should be used to this by now. Everything is so confusing. Emillynn, what's going on? Oh, you don't get it either? Shit. Well, I can tell you for one thing, that's gonna hurt. Let's do it.
All right. Well said.
What the French toast, man?
It'll be fine.
How does everything have to get weird again?
Yeah.
Is it weird if weird is normal? Does it still make it weird, or is it normal now?
Both. Still weird, but normal.
I just love how Lorkris is like, Emillynn, what's going on with all this magic? And Emmelinn's like, Philip, what's going on with all this magic?
Yep. Nope. You're about as confused as me is with my gods, so I feel you on that one, Emillynn.
And Fern's like, I feel great.
So cool.
And Rylar's like,
this island's so nice.
Rylar's like he's like, this island is so very pretty, and he sees the whole magic thing and hears you guys talking amongst yourselves, trying to figure out this weird magical shimmery thing. And from his point of view, it's like, you know, one of those times when he's really constipated and he's all backed up. And so he's like, oh, it must be awful for the forest in the village to be stuck like that. And so he hopes that you guys can give it some sort of prophylactic. Even though he can't even use that word.
I could just see it, like Lorkris and Emillynn are trying to figure it out, and Fern and Rylar are making grass angels.
Yeah,
Oh man.
into a tree, in the
Yeah.
grass.
As you're talking to the tree, Guar comes up and pees on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, that's okay.
And Fern's like, you've
Normal.
been blessed by Guar.
I know it might be stinky, but it's good for you because you're a tree.
Mhm.
Duh.
All right. Let's try not to die, shall we?
All right. Okay. Thank you, folks, for joining us tonight. We're going to go chat dark until our intermission in a little bit, in a couple hours. And I appreciate you so much for coming. You're in for a treat tonight. Be sure to stick around.
I'm very nervous.
It's gonna get wild and crazy around here. I'm quite sure. See you guys soon. Go and chat dark. Okay. So you guys are standing before this anomaly, and you have been coming up with all kinds of ideas and brainstorming and discussing what's happened, what you think is happening, and then basically with enough time and focus and mental energy, somehow or another, because of that crazy nat 20 roll, but somehow or another, Miss Emillynn Ray reaches deep within herself and finds a level of understanding of arcane knowledge that literally rivals the Archmage of the MGA. Like, you literally figured out, you're quite confident in your hypothesis and theory about that the particular combination of magics that have occurred here, where basically you have an area that has been partially slowed, that has had a gravity well cast within it, that has a spatial portal opened up within it, and effectively a magical nuclear strike that has occurred within it, all at practically the same moment, that it has created this anomaly in which you all are seeing this terrible event frozen in time before you. And you were all trying to come to some sort of idea, conclusion, or thought. How can we dive in? How can we figure out what's happening? Is there someone inside that mess that we can save? Is there some, can we save the village? Like, what can we do? Is there anything that can be done for this? You did figure out a way where you're pretty sure that all of the magics that have frozen in time in this anomalous space can be popped like a bubble. If you break the chain, you only have to break one of the spells. You did some brainstorming. You actually kind of went down a bit of a rabbit hole and overthought things a little bit. But we do that all the time when we're trying to problem solve, right? Sometimes we don't see the most obvious solution right in front of us. Oh, did I remember to plug the computer in? Oh, okay.
Did I remember to turn it off and turn it back on?
So and that's what happened. You figured out, oh, wait a minute. So if I could just break the chain and there's enough of a space, you can basically take one of your special magic grenades with the dispel magic on it and chunk it in there, and it'll get in far enough to be within the bubble. And if it goes off and pops the slow, which is the lowest level spell of the entire anomaly, then it will break the chain and pop the bubble. So, but you also are concerned that in doing so, you're going to experience the event as well. And so you were discussing a plan where, or at least one of your plans, you still had some other ideas you wanted to talk about with each other. One of your ideas was that you were like, okay, let's time it such where she's going to ready action her force cage to cast as soon as you've chunked the little dispel magic grenade into the anomaly. And did I cover it? Is that about right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
last we left off, it was going to be throwing the glyph into the slowed area, and as soon as it passes a space that Emillynn can throw the force cage up, throws that up, and then it goes in, and then
Right.
Force Cage is
And then-
1 action for casting time, so.
So it is something you can ready action
Yes.
from my table's point of view.
Yeah. So I was like, wait a minute. Does it take time to cast it?
if that's the case, we could have just thrown it on a glyph as well.
Well, except it's too high level of a spell, I believe.
What level is it?
Force Cage is 7th level spell.
Oh,
I could cast a 7th level glyph of warding.
But you can
But
only
don't
do
you-
it once a day.
yeah, you can only do it once
But,
per day.
I mean-
and didn't you want to put a 7th level to spell magic?
We could. I mean, yeah. But in any case,
So anyway, you guys, I'm going to let you get to the role play. Rylar is standing there, scratching his head, and Philip is like floating around, looking at all the trees and the anomaly. It's strangely, Philip is more enamored by the flowers and the trees than the magical anomaly. He's like, meh, about the anomaly.
He's like, I've seen worse.
No.
These
I'm an
flowers
anomaly.
and trees. There's something else.
So pretty, right?
Mhm.
They're so beautiful and colorful and wonderful.
Emillynn,
Yes, yes, yes.
I take it either we're too late or that explosion's too big to contain within a force cage. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely way bigger than Force Cage, yes.
That's a bummer.
And you also can realize inside that, based upon what you've understood, that if you want to explain it to him, or I'll explain for you, something that you came to realization after all your discussions, and that's that this anomaly that you're visualizing isn't actually something that can be stopped because it's technically already happened. It's basically that it's frozen in time, but as soon as time is unfrozen, then it basically has already occurred. So you're confident that yes, you can pop the bubble, but you are also 100% sure that you can't stop anything that's going on inside because it's technically already occurred. So that's bad news for trying to save anybody. The other thing is you realize as well, looking at it just from, you guys have studied it and looked at it, the explosion that you see at the core is big enough that it encompasses most of that area of the tree. So anybody who's in that area is going to be within that explosion. And so it's already too late for them too. And honestly, even though you have deduced all this logically and academically, both Fern and Lorkris also kind of have a gut feeling that is the case. That, as much as you theory craft and you want to try and stop this and save something of that, you just know in your gut that you can't, because there's no stopping what's already happened. Yeah. So that's kind of what these guys came to the conclusion of from discussing things.
Did you guys still want me to try to scry up there?
Yes. Yes. Rylar, can you see anything with your eyes?
Your magical eyes.
It's like, I see all kinds of stuff with my eyes. I see you right now. That's right.
Well, I thank you, Rylar. You're so sweet. But I'm asking if you see anything in this whole big, huge gravity well. Like, do you see people? Do you see, anything that would be interesting?
Or magical?
Like, you mean that crazy shimmery thing in the center of the island? That thing right there?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what you mean? I see all kinds of stuff.
So, can you see the portal area? Do you see any people there?
Well, I think you can probably see what I see. They're kind of obscured. You only see a bit of piece of the portal. Most of it is encompassed inside the explosion. And then, and so any peoples would be like right there at the center of it. So.
Okay. Well, thank you for confirming, Rylar. I just wanted to make sure that my eyes were not deceiving me and I wasn't missing anything.
Yeah, I don't know if you're. I don't think that you're missing anything. But now in this moment, so Rylar doesn't give you any extra info or clues, but
I still give Rylar head pats.
Right on. You mean helmet pats?
Yes.
And
clang, clang, clang.
There's a moment while you all are discussing this that Chonkapillar cuddles up to Fern's neck and goes, and Fern gets this strong sense of, while you guys have been here in this place, you get this, again, because he doesn't communicate with you telepathically, but empathically, you have this feeling inside of him that he finds this place very familiar, and that he senses a kindred spirit nearby, someone important.
Who? What do you mean? Can you
I'm looking
make
over
feelings
at Fern.
that make words so you can tell me?
So he as you know, because he's a unique kind of spirit creature, he doesn't have a way of communicating in a mental capacity the way you think of it. He's an abstract, being, as it were. And but the emotions that he conveys to you are excitement, sadness, understanding, and remembrance, kind of nostalgia. And you just get the sense that also a bit of confusion, because he feels like this kindred spirit that he senses is here, right here in the center of the island, right here in the center of this place. But he doesn't understand why he can't communicate with them or anything.
Chonkapillar. Thank you for telling me.
Fern, what's going on?
So for some reason, Chonkapillar's there's like somebody out there in the middle of that he recognizes.
Like another spirit?
Just a kindred spirit that he's known for, he once knew or something.
So
it's gonna be very sad when we find them dead, that we have to cover Chonkapillar's eyes, okay?
can you ask Chonkapillar if it's like another spirit or if it's like an actual person similar to you?
You heard the question, Chonkapillar.
Chonkapillar's emotions, the way he feels about it, you get this.
I can see her. You heard Miss Ray answer her question.
Answer me.
You get this sense that he doesn't quite understand what's happening enough to convey to you, but you do. He feels like, from his point of view, being a spirit creature, a spirit animal, right? He lives on kind of two different levels of existence, phases of existence, as both a physical and spiritual, kind of being, or not spirit, yeah, but he gets the sense that whatever the other kindred spirit is, they're someone that he knows and loves and cherishes and are important to him. But of course, he's been through a lot in a long period of time, and so not all of his memories are complete, you know. And he feels like almost because there's some sort of connection with this kindred spirit, and this kindred spirit being stuck is the reason why he also is confused and can't access more of his memories in regard. And you definitely get the sense that he really, really, really wants you to undo this thing. Well, not undo, but to get rid of this thing, because he feels like whatever this shimmering anomaly is in front of you is what's keeping his friends stuck.
Okay, Chunk Pillar. So we're gonna do that, but I'm just gonna tell you right now, they're probably going to be dead because there's a big explosion up there. So I want you to just very much be ready for that, okay?
Well, the feelings you get from him are that he wants you to be ready for it because he already realizes it. And that's what he's trying to say.
I recognize that, Chonka Pillar. But, you know, I want to be more concerned about you right now. It makes me feel better.
He says if it makes you, you know, he doesn't say it, but you get the feeling that he's happy that you're...
It's that, okay, yeah.
Gotcha.
He just sticks his little arm out and he just pats your arm.
Oh, the Chonka Pillar.
Pats your face.
Speaking of this explosion, Emillynn, what's your bet on anything surviving up there? Structurally, at least.
Artifact level staff, you know, it could probably level an entire village, maybe even more.
I will say this too. Remember, again, because you figured it out, you know, very, very well. It's not even just about anything have survived the explosion, but when you basically turn time back on again in that spot, 15,000 years will have passed instantly.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Well,
not only the explosion, but the effects of time will catch up.
So time to scry?
So your scrying doesn't really reveal anything more than what you guys have figured out. It just actually reconfirms all of the stuff that you guys have figured out.
Can we see people up there? Okay.
No, you can kind of
That's
see.
all I was looking for.
There's one part where you kind of think you see a bit of clothing and a foot of somebody near the portal, but there's so much in the explosion globe that.
What does the foot look like?
So zooming
Does
in.
it-
Chonka Pillar,
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
zooming
can't-
in on the
you
foot.
can't get that good of a view. Sorry, there's no
oh, there's no
image
zoom?
in the hands like they have in the movies. It doesn't actually exist in real life either.
Hey, I can try. You know? What's
I
the
get you.
harm in asking?
No, of course not.
well, I'm gonna need some assistance in making this dispel magic.
I'll do that.
Okay.
While they're
So-
doing that, they're assisting each other in that, you do also think to yourself that there is, because of what your theories are about this thing, you believe there's a 50-50 shot that when you pop the bubble, you guys won't even be affected by its occurrence at all. It's still worth the plan you guys came up with, because again, you're not 100%, you're only 50-50. You also,
So are you gonna...
there is a non-zero, less than 1% chance that it might you know, go into a critical feedback loop and blow up the planet. But no, I'm kidding.
So now when
What a way to end the campaign, though.
Oh yeah,
I'm
I
just kidding.
know.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I mean that would be I think that would be a rug pull, and
And then we
So-
get
That
would be terrible.
yeeted
That
into
would be
we get
terrible.
yeeted into the year 3031. No. And we're like, oh
I thought it would be
God.
2077, but nothing.
All right. So
So
I got the reference.
You got the reference. Yay!
So if I remember correctly, last week you said that this explosion could like level the whole island.
no.
No? Okay.
300 feet.
300 feet. Okay.
We just assumed it was the whole island.
Okay.
Initially, yeah.
Well,
Alright.
team. One of the other things that we need to think about is we don't know how deep this island goes. So if it's 300 feet and then we hit water, we
Well,
don't want to
no.
be wearing armor.
So the explosion where it's at is. So you think the maximum radius of it is 300 feet?
I was making a joke.
Oh. Okay. Sorry.
Reference to them
missed it.
falling into the water with
Yeah.
their ape there.
It
Almost an
will go
apron,
over my
but-
head because I will not catch it.
But
Your reflexes are too slow.
Yeah.
Stop it.
You got a poison ivy itch or something? What's going on over there?
No, you scratched her. You can't even see it. She scratched herself. Just
while sleeping, it looks like I got attacked by a wild animal
It looks
just
like it was
right
attacked
here.
Are you
Probably
sure?
a bird.
Are you sure it wasn't
Cat.
the burb?
I'm sure.
yeah, no, it's not burb.
She
It's
killer.
Okay, so it was Chonkapillar then, huh?
looks like a cat.
It does look like a cat.
Okay, come on, guys. Let's get
Hey,
focused.
sorry.
No. Don't
Um,
apologize. It's all right. We're having fun. But
Yeah, I was just merely saying, like, we got to take water into account, so don't wear any armor.
okay. All right.
All right.
So your plan is you're going to ready action your
Force cage.
around you guys, and you're gonna, basically fire it off. You're gonna hold it, ready it. He's gonna chunk
Knock off
the
the spell.
dispel magic grenade. And there you go. Okay.
You guys ready?
Are we all gonna be able to fit inside the force cage?
Do you guys want a prison cage, or do you want a prison box?
Well, the cage
the
with
box.
We need the
explosion,
box.
so you need the box.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a 10-foot, right?
That's not
10
gonna
feet,
fit all
up
of
to
us,
10 feet
right?
on each side.
Oh, that will fit everyone plus Guar.
Not Goar in his full dire form size.
Guar?
All right.
Guar's
Well-
got to be shrunk.
You get to be puppy form.
Or you could just stand outside the blast radius.
Oh, you mean have him go out to the edge of the forest?
Do you want him that far from you?
Rylar's like, maybe one of us should be with him too, because that way, just in case something happens,
Yeah.
you guys get stuck inside there.
Fern?
Explosions
Yeah.
also come with like shock waves. What if they get blown away?
I'll be with him. We'll be fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you know what? For good measure, Rylar, Emillynn, you and I.
We're totally not splitting a party. We're just a few feet away from each other.
Yeah, you're only
We
you're
can
only
still see
150
each
feet
other.
away. Yeah, you can
Yeah.
see each other. 150
Yeah.
feet away across
Yeah.
the foliage and the bushes and stuff. Yeah, you'll be okay.
There's it's fine. We're not splitting the party too bad.
Yep.
All right. So
At least we
Rylar,
got Guar.
Dwar, and Fern are going to go hang out near the tree line.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are going to be literally within 10 feet, less than 10 feet of the anomaly, area. And you're going to chunk the grenade and do your force cage
Yep.
on the two of you. Okay.
I mean, as they're walking away, I'm like, don't worry, guys. There's a will. There's my will is in. Daco has it. It's in the safe.
So as soon as everybody's out of earshot, Emillynn, it's been a wild ride, huh?
It sure has.
They'll be okay if something happens to us, right?
Yes. They'll be taken care of. I made sure with Jocko a while back.
I can confirm the fact.
I left them explicit instructions. Should anything happen, instructions even Fern can understand.
So I have faith in your ability to protect us. Just want to say thank you for being a great friend to Fern.
You get me choked up, dude.
Emillynn starts to look up at you. She's like, she reaches out and she gives him a hug.
Oh.
Thank you for being an awesome friend and great support and somebody to bounce ideas off of. All right, are we ready?
Ready? Yeah.
On 3.
It's just like
These trees are so beautiful. Look at these flowers. Can I be like a horse again, please? That would be so cool.
you look back and you see a big old hole opened up because they come close to the forest. Yep, you can easily see you there. Yeah.
Yep.
So Guar is the only one who's nervous and just anxious watching.
He's like
but-
got his eyes on Lorkris.
Yeah, but he basically gets right up next to Fern and is like, you know how when a big dog gets too close to you and they're practically knocking you over because they want to rub on you and be like close to you. That's what's happening to poor Fern.
Just to make him feel better, I'll also shapeshift myself into wolf form and like be all like wolfy with him.
Okay. This
Just
actually
using one of my wild
confuses him a
shapes.
little bit, but he's all like, okay, he goes with it.
Yeah, yeah. And then she does that like nipping, like, you know, to distract him and just be a little puppy, but keeping and watching them.
Okay.
But like trying to distract him from being scared. They turn around, you guys turn around and just Fern's a wolf again.
All right. You commit to your project.
I toss the glyph in the same way I toss the rock in, like it's at waist height, and just flick it in like I'm picking a marble.
And I'm like,
Just
horse cage.
Your timing is impeccable. You guys have been doing this for a long time together. The spell goes off inside, and it's like a bubble popping inside a bubble. And then you basically hear from a very loud pop sound. In fact, I need the two of you to roll me Constitution saving throws because of how loud it is on your eardrums.
add an additional 3 because you're within range of my aura.
Right.
Okay.
So you hear the initial, you see the bubble pop inside, and then the whole thing goes pop, and you hear whoosh, and then a whoop, as if it just implodes in on itself. And what did you guys get on your saves? By the way, you guys, the other team on the outskirts, they just feel a rush of wind and are pushed back a little bit. You guys are going to have to roll actually 2 Constitution saving throw for the popping sound and a reflex save. No, a strength saving throw for being knocked
We're inside
down.
the force cage, though.
No. He's talking about Fern and Rylar. And
Oh, right. You guys are in the force cage.
Yeah,
Never
we're
mind.
in the force cage.
Yeah. So
The
the
sound
pop
I can
happens
agree
though
with.
at the same moment that the force cage goes off, so you do hear the pop. Well, actually, no, speed of sound. I'm gonna actually have the other 3 need to roll the Constitution saving throw for their eardrums.
Can I maintain the same roll that I did for Guar?
You don't. Oh yeah. I mean you
Or do you
rolled,
want me to-
so that's fine. Yeah.
What's that?
You rolled, so
Yeah,
that's
I already.
fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay.
So Druid and Rylar need to roll. Need to roll. a Constitution saving throw.
13.
Oh, okay. The DC was only a 10, so you're okay.
Oh, I rolled a natural 15, so.
I rolled a natural 18, so 27 total.
You didn't actually need to, because like I said, like he pointed out, you guys force caged just in response. So effectively, you stopped all the sound and the physical effect. You see it go off, and like I said, it just now the interesting thing is it rushes out, and you are slightly off on your calculations, but it's better to have erred on the side of that you're slightly off in a good way, because the entire radius of the explosion only goes out to the edge of where the anomaly edge was. And then it suddenly dawns on you, of course, if it can't have been any other way. The anomaly was frozen in time, so the explosion couldn't have exceeded the radius of the anomaly. And you're like, okay, that's the one thing I missed. I didn't put in my factor into my calculations.
Philip, why didn't you calculate that into your calculations?
Philip rolls all of his eyes. And but now what you witness before you is the center of the village is just a blasted, burned wasteland. And but it's as if something, the tree in the center, like the whole upper half of it is gone. Basically, the whole platform, the tree house part of it that was there is gone. There's no magical anomaly anymore. You don't see any magical effect. It's just, and then all the ground outside to the anomaly. Remember how I told you that there were some of those tree house village, some of the tree houses were inside there, and there were some bodies lying around. Those are all gone. Basically, that whole area was incinerated in an instant. And now what is left is the after effects of that, and it's just a dusty, burnt wasteland. I
dropped the force cage.
You dropped the force
Fern
cage.
stays in wolf form with Gwar as she's trotting over to everyone with them.
I would have been like, I probably should have said, but I would have told them to wait until Lorkris signals for you guys to come over.
Gotcha.
I would have waited then.
Okay. Well, you hear the sound of the place in front of you. It's just kind of a weird whistling wind now. It's as if the land in that spot itself was, wounded. And so but yeah, unfortunately, looking upon this mess, this wreckage, this, blasted wasteland, you're quite confident if there's any physical thing inside that space that survived or that was there when it went off, it wouldn't have survived. I mean, this explosion was enough to, disintegrate the bones even of the people who weren't even near the center of it. And there's no magical after effects. The shimmer's gone, and it's just basically a central wasteland area. And you all, there's nothing scary, so I'm assuming you give the signal for them to come.
Well, before I give the signal, since Emillynn drops the force cage, I will step past what that barrier was and into where the anomaly used to be before I give the signal.
I'll join him too. We gotta assess the situation.
All right, you all see them do this. They step in and you're just standing on dirt, gray dirt. And you just...
Fern's, oh!
So
and
just
I'll just
after you step in, and Fern it starts to trot up. Chonkapillar, who had switched into one of his other forms. Well, he couldn't have been that one because he wasn't near Lorkris.
We'll pretend.
Pretend it's the dragonfly.
Pretend it's a dragonfly.
Okay, all right. So, yeah. He's flittering above you as you're trotting, and you get this sense like he's had this rush of emotions. This feeling is hitting him really hard, and you get the sense that he's like, he has this feeling like Fern, you should be in your regular form right now. You feel like he really wants you to be in your Fern form as a comfort to him.
She sits down in her wolf form and just like sniffs at him. And then just sits there for a second. And waits for another second. And then she shifts back.
Okay.
And she's just sitting on the ground.
Do you do this when you get up to them?
No, just like in the middle of the field.
Okay.
Whenever it happens.
Gotcha. Guar, continues to rush up to be next to Lorkris. And Rylar stays there with you, looking at you sitting on the ground. And now you feel drawn to the center. You're starting to feel what Chonkapillar's feeling. And just as you're feeling what Chonkapillar's feeling, which is that there's someone there in the center of that blasted wasteland to see you somehow. Lorkris and Emillynn Ray, and now Guar, who's trotted up next to you guys, and now you all see what they see too, because it happens at the same time. In the center of the area, near the tree, you see kind of a wispy white light here from out of the ether.
Oh no, I'm gonna cry.
And the wispy white light comes down from the edge of the tree down to the bottom of the tree. And it starts to float toward you guys slowly. For a second, you're like, oh wait, this looks like a will-o'-the-wisp. But then you realize, no, okay, there's almost a form that's kind of, coming to fruition. And
I'll walk up to meet it. Like, I'll walk right at it.
What do you do?
Coming towards us, I'll walk towards it.
Right, so he's walking towards it. What are you doing?
He starts walking towards it. I'm like, let's go.
Okay. Now you guys have caught up to them, because I'm assuming that you got up, you saw the light, and Guar was trotting over, and Rylar saw the light, and he started to see them walking forward. And did you want to go join them too?
She lets Rylar go first, and she's anxious too. She feels that she doesn't like being compelled, and it makes
not
her
a compulsion.
anxious.
I guess when I say compelled, it's like you feel like there's someone there that you want to see.
But this is, this might have answer she's been looking for a long time, and now it might be a thing, and now she's very afraid.
I see what you're saying. It's like
So
all the
now-
thing
so
that
is
she's
that
been
like,
wanting so much for all this time, and now suddenly it's right before her, and now she's terrified of it.
So she sees Lorkris walk towards it, and she sees Ray hurry past, and like water's catching up, and then Rylar's going ahead, and she's standing there for a second, and then she starts slowly making her way forward, and she's like walking like, all timid and stuff, like how she used to be in the beginning.
Does Philip see her doing this? Because I always have him keep one eye on everybody.
Yeah, he does.
Does he say anything?
Well, you witness all of it too. You're like,
Fern's behind me.
no, I know,
I'm
but
talking
you're,
about
you're always cognizant and checking on your party, and with the help of Philip. So yes, you know what's going
Okay. I see Fern hesitating. I stop walking and I wait for her.
Gotcha.
And she just, when she walks up to Miss Ray, she just grabs her cloak.
As you're walking up, I'm like, hand? Hold?
No.
Okay.
Cloak.
Okay. So while this is happening, Lorkris is, kind of slowly moving forward towards them, or towards the whatever this wispy white light is. And as he starts to move towards it, it hesitates and stops for a moment.
If it stops, I stop.
So,
Fern's like behind Ray, peeking out.
and now Lorkris has stopped. You guys, she's caught up to you guys. You're all together now, except Lorkris is a little bit ahead. You're all kind of right at that edge of the gray dirt, the circle of gray dirt in the wasteland center. You want to?
I'm trying to see if I can make out a form, like what kind of form this is. Or is it just...
Right now, it's just sort of a wispy white light glowing there in the center.
Hey, Fern? How's Chonkapillar feeling?
Chonkapillar feels really anxious to go see this very important old friend who he's missed for so much. And he can't wait for you guys to meet them.
So Fern then lets go of Miss Ray's, cloak.
Mm-hmm.
And she walks like up to behind Lorkris, where she still can't see the ghost. Because it's a ghost. And then she like peeks around. But she actually holds out Chonkapillar first.
Okay.
And then peeks around Lorkris.
When she does this, more form comes to the shape, and you almost think you see a hand reaching out, beckoning both of you, or all of you, to come forward.
He just looks up to Lorkris.
Lorkris lets out just the ellipses.
As soon as he lets out his sigh, is when she'll start walking towards.
Yeah. And you basically all join together and go forward. Okay. Oops. Back here.
He has something whole prepared. I'm not prepared to cry today. But that's already a feeling.
So, as you all make your way to within 15 feet of this spirit, the closer you get to it, the more form it takes. And eventually, you're right, it's a spirit. It's a ghost. And it's the spirit of somebody who experienced that terrible, magical, anomalous explosion firsthand, was there, and died instantly from it. But because of their ties to the land and their ties to the world, and because of the anomaly itself, they too, as a spirit, became frozen in time in that space. And the shape that comes to fruition, it's almost a completely physical person, right? Like an actual, like you would see a person in front of you, but just slightly wispy, slightly see-through. And what you see is a beautiful, radiant woman in interesting green and gold clothes that you can tell were made, like probably made by silkworms around her in real time. And but they're made to be as if like an extension and a reflection of the beauty of nature itself. She's got this beautiful pale skin and this dark raven colored hair, and to everybody but Lorkris, she's very unfamiliar to them. But to Lorkris, she's incredibly familiar, raven-haired beauty. Of course, wearing different clothes than what he remembers. And go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, with Fern being so close, she immediately notices like the tension, like white-knuckled. Like he's holding it together, and he's just like, you hear the grinding of his teeth as his jaw clenches. Like
you see, she has beautiful, radiant, like unnaturally green eyes, which is a little bit different than what Lorkris remembers from his experiences. And the lady, the spirit before you, speaks, and she says,
In what language?
she speaks telepathically to you, so in no language.
Okay.
She speaks telepathically to you, and says, "Oh, my dear children, you've come so far. It's been so long, and you've freed my soul from being trapped in that forever terrible moment. It warms my heart to know that you made it. That you made it. I can't stay here for very long, but my ties to the land and your ties to the land and the history of this place will let me stay a little bit longer. I know that I can answer some burning questions within your hearts that you have no need to be afraid of. And it's so good to see you, my little one." He says that to you. And her best friend, "It's so good to see you. I'm so glad you lived." Sorry.
yeah.
She just looks up at Lorkris. So, I don't know if you were clear on the race of this person.
Oh yeah, she's definitely a wood elf.
Person.
She's
Okay.
definitely a wood elf. Like I said, slight differences from what Lorkris experienced when he had the dream sequences with Weejaws, but very much her, as if she had elven features and green eyes. But go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say, and her comment about friend is at me.
Yes, she looked at you when she said it.
With my insight, can I infer if she's referencing me as a friend in the current space or as a friend from long ago?
You can definitely tell. Well, go ahead and roll your insight. I'm not even gonna bother having you roll.
My passive's 19.
Yeah, that's really good. Yeah,
My
You
passive
definitely-
insight's 22.
Whatever.
Yeah, you definitely get the sense that she meant it in the context of a long ago history together. Sorry, hold that thought a
Visual
second.
confusion.
Yeah.
So
Cue
who exactly
conversation
are
tree
you?
Questions.
So,
Huh?
yeah, hang on a
I
sec.
said cue conversation tree questions.
I needed to write.
Make sure you ask all of them before you're like, okay, let's go.
First off,
But hang on a sec. Hang tight. I just need to find something. There we go. Okay, thank you. All right. So I do need to also share with you real quick that you are getting the feeling as you're experiencing this, it's as if scales are coming off of your eyes and a new understanding of things is starting to come together especially for Fern, but a little bit for Lorkris too. For you and Rylar, you're like just witnesses to this somehow family event, and you're politely watching and observing.
Oh yeah. And anytime Rylar starts being like, shh.
Oh no, he's enthralled.
That magic
And,
quill is making a lot of movement right now.
Yeah. What was that?
That magic quill of yours is probably just going off like a typewriter.
she doesn't do that in
this
real.
court
She does that later.
The
Yeah.
court
Yeah.
reporter just frantic typing.
Continue.
But
Oh yeah, it's stream of conscious writing with that magic quill, and then I eventually go back and rewrite everything.
so the Caterpillar, he is feeling the feelings that he's feeling are now being translated directly to you, and it's actually helping to reawaken like kind of memories for you, the kind of memories that you forget when you get older, from when you were a child. And you get this sense that you just suddenly realize that Chonkapillar, because as she says that to you and you all are processing what you're experiencing, I got myself on that one.
It's the best word for it, though.
The
13.
He could have said understanding, but
Chonkapillar actually floats away from you and curls around the spirit lady, but you don't feel jealous or unhappy or upset. You feel like you're seeing an old friend say hello to an old friend, and then suddenly dawns on you and realizes that Chonkapillar was originally this lady's spirit familiar, and that in different forms you had known this creature in the past. And before you say anything more, you're like, she says, I know you have lots of questions, and I know it all seems rather confusing, but if you will allow to let me in for just a little while, let me touch your souls briefly before I move on to different planes of existence. I know that at least some of what I can reveal, what I know about everything, will be revealed to you.
Okay, so who exactly are you? She knows the answer.
But she asks that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Starting off strong.
The lady says, my sweet Ravella, I'm your mama.
I don't really like that name.
You as a player don't like the name that I created. I'm sorry.
No,
No,
listen,
no.
Fern, I am RPing.
Oh, my bad. Okay, my bad. So I understand I can sense that who you are now is Fern. And even though in my heart as a mama, you will always be my Rivella, you're also Fern too.
What happened?
Do you want to know? Will you allow me to?
I don't know what you're asking. You're being very cryptic.
She floats a little bit closer to you all and just reaches out her hands.
She puts her hand right out there.
How about Lorkris?
There is very, very clear hesitation, like I really want to, but I don't because I'm so confused.
Right.
There's so much confusion and very much rage.
Right.
Because this is all he's known, and he's seeing it manifesting physically, yet it's so kind.
So,
yeah.
She says
I mean, he hesitates, but he does it.
Okay, but as he's hesitating, she says to you, after Fern takes her spirit hand, and she says to you, you have no reason to be afraid, Fortanis.
Yeah.
She says that. I look at my hair. I'm like,
Yeah. So you didn't reach out?
Yeah. Yeah.
So what happens is now she does sort of a spirit meld with you all, since you're accepting it, and a flood of memories comes pouring into both of you. Memories of both of you being very young, like infant and toddler age, playing together in these groves, having known each other, having looked up to each other's parent with reverence and respect and love, and known that you were raised by this lady and protected by her while his father was out trying to make things better, and he also was there on the island too, frequently protecting when he wasn't trying to help shuttle out, refugees from his people who didn't want to be a part of what was happening there. And she first shows you that memory so that you know where the start point is, not the start point, but where the apex is. And then you get the sense that she's going to share with you a memory going back a little bit further, and that she's going to share with you, but she's going to do that after she shares with you a memory of what happened during the final battle, the explosion and the anomaly. And then finally, she's going to share with you, she's going to be able to awaken within you childhood memories that are normally just kind of forgotten and locked away, even for places that she didn't experience, because she's just unlocking them within you for you. And so she starts off with, yeah.
Can I still telepathically communicate with Miss Ray?
In this moment, no. In this moment,
Okay.
You guys are kind of mind melded, as it were, with the spirit of
Ileana.
the Archdruid. And of course, after she shares with you these memories, then what I'll do is, then you sense that she tells you that if you still have any questions after that, then she will gladly answer them and allow your friends to be included in this circle if you so choose. And so, first off, So she's already explained, she gave you that core memory of you guys playing together on this island and knowing each other and being, Lorkris has distinct memories of looking up to Ileana and her taking care of him and Fern. Although now he remembers her as Ravella as well as her as Fern and vice versa. Of course, they're very fragmented and small and just usually full of joy and very extreme emotions as little children have, right? Joy and fear and excitement and all those things. And then after she shows you that memory, now she takes you to the moment of the explosion and the anomaly. And what happened was what you guys have pieced together from the history. She had finally worked out an incredible new magical teleportation technique beyond the tree teleportation technology, a mixture of planar portal technology and teleporter technology to such a degree that she could basically teleport to other spaces on the physical material plane on this planet without having to know the area. But it was still very experimental magic. But she was at this phase where she could do it, but it was a little bit experimental and a little bit risky. But before she was able to perfect it to be as perfect and safe as possible was when the dark archmage and his undead entourage attacked the island. And when they attacked the island, a massive battle ensued. Luckily, Othric was there. He had returned. Basically, they had reached a point where she had already activated the teleporter. They were really close to activating it, and they knew that the people were coming across the lake to the island. And so she activated the portal, and she was ushering all of the refugees that she could through it. And she, but you guys had been out playing, and so someone had to come get you. And it turns out that during all this, most of the people were able to make it through the portal to the other land, wherever that was. And some of the people volunteered to stay and help Othric and her fight. And that's what you saw, the battleground of all the dead people around, trying to slow them down and stop them. You guys had eventually finally arrived. And when you did, during this battle with the Archmage, you, in this last desperate moment, she had basically sent the two of you into the portal as these other magics were already affecting the area, the slow, the gravity well, etc. And the Archmage was getting ready to cast some powerful magic that probably would have killed you two and her in the same moment. And just as a last desperate act, Othric had grabbed his staff and broke it right before him, in front of him, as he was holding it. And the effective magical nuclear reaction mixed with the other magics had hurled you guys into the portal, but also transformed its kind of quantum nature. So what happened was not time travel. What it did was it basically, it's the way she had designed it was to try and teleport somebody to a safe space, and as if the portal itself had a bit of AI, as it were, where it could, compensate and figure out where to put someone to be safe, and it could hold them in their essence to put them where it needed to. But that was disrupted by this anomalous magical event. And in that disruption, as you guys were instantly in that state, that phase state, what happened to you all was that you were flung away from the magical anomaly in a sort of a time-stopped state, a state in which your You weren't moving in time or space. You were just imprisoned, as it were, just stuck. But the effect was still trying to activate, trying to go off. Well, a lot of people don't really know this about time travel. Again, time travel, this isn't true time travel, because with time travel, if you just travel in time, imagine this for a second. If you wanted to try and travel an hour in the past, you can't just travel in time, you also have to travel in space. Because an hour in the past, the Earth is literally in a different position. And so what happened was, because of where you all were flung, the state that you were in, the quantum state that you were in, was not able to resync up with where the planet was going to be for another 15,000 years for you to be in a safe space to be able to be teleported into that, you know, to reintegrate, as it were, into the physical space. And because of that, it also threw off where you didn't end up forming together in the same place. And so Lorkris ended up in the mountains, a lot closer to where the actual gargantuan teleporting had happened. Fern ended up in a forest far away. That's when, you know, there's still some confusion, obviously, for Lorkris, because, wait a minute, I grew up with parents, right? And that's, at this point, now that you understand what happened with the anomaly, is when she shows you the memory of yourselves in the past, and, you know, more memories for Fern of where she grew up, and was basically the forest, the land itself knew of her special nature, and she was just effectively embraced by the land itself, by the forest, by the animals, and raised by all the animals and the plants. And the main, you know, because she's a Circle of Spores druid, where she landed, she was raised by the fungi, by the trees, by the plants themselves, and revered by the animals. And Lorkris, he, as it turns out, ended up in a cave and was found by his father, who his father and his mother were not able to bear children for some reason. And had been trying to keep it secret from their tribe. But when he found this child in the cave that seemed to be abandoned, he decided, he and your mom decided to raise you as their own. And so as far as you knew, you were their own. And it wasn't that they were deceiving you from their point of view, you were their own. So that was the way they raised you. But now you see that you have, you know, and these are like infant memories you wouldn't normally be able to access, but you do. And that's where you suddenly realize how it was that somehow or another, the two of you were destined to find each other and to protect each other. And why it was that suddenly you were in a different place 15,000 years in the future. So again, not true time travel, as it were, but effectively you were flung into the future by being stuck in a single moment. Now, you all, she kind of not lets go completely. You're still in that telepathic kind of circle with her, that melding with her. She asks you if you have other questions and your friends want to know you better, would you let them into this circle too?
I'm sure Miss Ray has plenty of questions. Right, Miss Ray?
All right.
She's like shaking her head. Yes. Yes.
All right. So you guys, everybody joins into the circle with the spirit. Uh-oh. What, you gotta pee?
No.
Okay. He's shaking his head.
No. Can you see Philip?
You ask the lady if she can see
Yeah.
Philip. He says,
Just blatantly, hey mom, can you like see Philip?
"You mean that multi-eyed creature?
Yeah,
His name is Philip."
it's a nickname,
Ah,
but yeah.
yes.
Okay, that's all I wanted to know. For now, I'm gonna have more questions, but
All right, so you all have been entered into the circle. Rylar's all like, kind of shaken. He's like, oh, "Okay."
of course,
like-
Rylar, get your butt in here.
Like, Philip, the spirit can see you. Progress.
So, this is your moment, guys. Any questions that you have in regards to what she can answer for you? Tell me what you have.
Do you expect me to go by my real name, or is it actually okay if I stay by Fern?
She says, "Your life is your own now, child. You can call yourself whatever you wish. He will love you from the other world regardless." Before you ask any more questions, she says, I sense still some confusion and trepidation in your heart. I believe I sense now your name that you go by is Lorkris, not Fortanis. Which is understandable since you wouldn't have necessarily remembered your name.
Almost out of character, Lorkris is like, this is a lot.
Yes, I understand. You, yeah, never mind. What questions do you have? Fern.
Okay, so like, there is no god named Melora. Are you technically Melora?
God's name Melora? I don't understand the question. It's the name of our people.
Okay, just double checking. It's a religion now. Isn't that crazy?
Fascinating. So, some of the
Oh,
knowledge...
so I can tell the people that I am their goddess and they have to worship me. I wouldn't do it for real, but I would pretend for a little bit.
He says, "You are always such a rambunctious child. I see you still are. No wonder nature loves you so."
I'm sure Miss Ray has a question.
Do you know can you share any information you have about the shadow person? The Umbra Seer is what Lorkris people called him. Fern, what did your people call him?
I don't remember.
Does anybody remember?
Well, I know we know him as the Shadow Man.
Umbra Seer.
The Void Walker?
Yeah, the Void Walker.
Void Lord.
Yeah.
Well, I think
No,
that
Void Lord.
was- yeah.
I think it's
It was
the
Void Lord. Yeah.
I think the Glowmouth people
Dick drum.
didn't call him the Void Lord. That was what you got from the Beholder's notes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the Beholder.
Yeah, I knew that for sure because that was
Okay.
the Glowmelves. I think they just called him. Sorry, I brought it up here.
Fun. It's my little house I made you.
Yeah, the only names I remember were Shadow Man, Void Lord, and Umberseer.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. I think the Gloam Elves just called him Shadow Man. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So my question is, what do you know about this Shadow Man, this Void Lord, this Umberseer? Been named quite a few things in all the texts that I've read from your people and the Goliaths, or Gargantuans.
She said, oh, at that moment you sense, just frustration and sadness and anger within her. That thing, the downfall of both of our peoples. I wish I knew more about it, what it was. It was far too powerful for us to try and fight, and the few refugees we had here on the island were not capable of overcoming the obstacles of Radiant Mountain. If that is the way to get the answers about the Shadow Man. All I know is that once he started appearing in the dreams of our leaders, even appeared in my dream, but I rejected him. The rest was the downfall of my people, and from what I know from Othric, it was the downfall of his people too. They had different names for this shadowy figure, but whatever it was, whatever it is, I guess it's not was, it's is. I sense that it's still here on the island.
Oh yes, we are trying to figure out a way to get rid of it.
He says,
we are going to get rid of it, Miss Ray.
She says, I sense your resolve and your confidence, and I believe in you.
Have you seen any other creatures that look like Philip here? Probably even bigger in size?
There was a moment during the downfall of my people where I had accidentally been in the inner temple at the wrong time and caught a glimpse of this strange thing that looks like that one. But that one I don't sense any darkness from. The one that I saw, I could sense was some sort of dark manifestation, some sort of agent of the Shadow Man. And it was from then on that I tried to save my people from their folly, but sometimes when you're chained to the cave, and that's all you know, you don't want to go out into the light.
We killed that one.
And you have accomplished much.
And we cleansed the land around where our home used to be.
Then the land will heal. You have done well. You've lived up to your heritage, Fern. And I look forward to seeing what you will do next, even though I won't be able to witness it from here.
I hate that I'm like literally about to cry. We just got raided.
Welcome in, No Foreign Raiders. Hello. Perfect timing, actually.
Emotional break.
We were in the middle of a role play, but we were ready to do a break for questions.
Yeah.
Hi guys.
How was your stream?
For Aries.
Cozy, Eps, Awkward Fork. Oh my gosh. Big hugs to you guys.
What?
Philip says hello.
I'm so loud, I swear.
Philip says hello.
Oh, yeah.
Stormy Keep works, Cozy. Never correct it. If you say Stormy Keep, it's also
That's fine.
Oh,
perfect.
that's so sweet. Thank you.
Yes.
Yes, we're
Happy birthday.
We're getting a lord. Whose birthday? What?
Go for it. This is birthday stream.
Today was your birthday stream?
Well, at least it's the birthday stream.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. Happy birthday. I was lurking in there earlier
Much
today.
love.
We've been busy earlier today. Otherwise I would have spent more time there. But,
I didn't realize it was your birthday. I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry we missed it, brother. We have no excuse. Confusion Man is here. Hater Lord too. Wow. And Techno Babbler, you guys are amazing.
What's up, everybody?
No fornication.
Those of you that don't know No Foreign
Front
and
Street.
everybody from the Dictator realm, the Mighty Mangoes, go drop all those lovely streamers a follow.
Yep.
They're fun to listen to, watch, and just fun times all around.
Indeed.
Absolutely.
The Mighty Mango
They
Mates
are great.
just a conglomerate of joy.
Oh,
Yes, we are probably gonna make them cry if they stick around, because
Mhm.
I'm going to cry. I'm trying very hard not to.
You shouldn't try so hard. It would be great.
I'm not to cry too, you know. Playing in
we
character.
cry together.
So we've had
Yeah.
some very sweet moments tonight on the stream. Yes.
Real quick, while you do that, I will be right back.
You have to pee.
I do.
I also
Yeah. Catch
Perfect.
everybody up while I,
Perfect timing,
panic pee.
We're in the
All right.
middle of a
Let's take
lore
turns.
drop.
You guys go ahead and we're doing a big lore drop.
Yeah. Cool. Yep.
and,
I will. Thank you, Cozy.
I'll kind of recap for them since they just popped in. The Fern and Lorkris, which is Druid and Fate's characters, have finally, after 84 episodes, unveiled their background and how they are tied to this island and how they are tied to each other, and what happened to how it was that they ended up on the other on the mainland, and it's a story that spanned 15,000 years.
Yep, they finally got their memories back.
Well, they were given memories that you don't normally access. They were given access to, like infant and toddler childhood memories, the kinds of memories that you don't necessarily repress, but they just, they fade in time. And they got to meet Fern's mommy, the archdruidess Eliana. And it turns out that Fern was originally a wood elf.
I was a
named-
princess.
Yes, you're a princess, right?
She's the Archdruid's daughter,
Mm-hmm. And
Ravella, but she doesn't like that name.
No, I don't like that name.
and Lorkris was a young man named Fortanus, who was the son of the
Ultra.
Gargantuan who had allied themselves with the Archdruid, and they were helping refugees, outcasts of the Gargantuan realm escape. So a lot of crazy, interesting stuff going on. Don't worry that you guys, the YouTube video will go up Wednesday. If you want to catch it, I'd be honored, and you guys will get a kick out of it, I'm sure. I'm proud of you, by the way, Druid. You're over there holding the tiny bladder in while letting
Hold it. I just choose not to hold it.
That's wise.
That's why I go pee a lot more often than most people, because I'm not gonna just sit here and hold it when the bathroom's right there.
No, I think that's wise. You take good care of yourself.
I was told to hold it too much in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like to listen to people's rules.
Sure. Oh. It's actually a potty. Yeah, this is a secret commode.
Mm. You guys are like astronauts, only you're just there in your house.
Yeah, something like that.
I don't know why she was whispering that. That's so cute. Pee pee poo poo.
Oh,
this
she
is
wasn't
very
whispering.
important.
She wasn't whispering that. She was yelling that. Her mic's off. That's why it sounded like a whisper.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow, your poor ears.
That's what these noise canceling headphones try to do. You know what I mean?
I see why you got that.
Yeah.
I have to admit,
Yeah.
I do want to share on a separate note for all of you
Mhm.
folks out there. Are you streamers out there who are your normal streamers, and not just streamers, Starkitty too? Like all of you guys with the wearing the headphones, doing the headphone thing. I'm impressed by that because my ears get super sore and tender wearing headphones for too long. Even if doesn't matter how perfectly comfortable they are, if they're the best ones in the world, like right at the edges, my ears will start to just get achy and hurt. And so that's why I use the lapel mics plus the speakers. It's hard to get the balance though because you don't want the feedback from the mic to the speaker.
No, totally. I'm actually thinking once I finally get my new PC to use these as kind of a backup and see if we can find another alternative. Mainly just because of like, she can't hear me, but because of Druid's audio and how it cuts out. If she had less of a muffle, she might not be as loud, and it might make for more consistent audio levels. As well. But who knows? But I was thinking about
I don't think the
switching these
hardware
up and
needs to
using these
change
as.
because I think what's happening is somewhere in the software is getting cut out. It's either Discord or I mean, it's probably Discord, or maybe you also use Voice Manager, but you didn't always use that. So
it used to just be straight audio, just adjusting the gain and everything on the actual mic.
Yeah,
but
and it's possible that using it on a different computer with a better hardware audio codec built into it will make a difference too. So like, there's lots of factors. I don't think that changing the hardware is going to make it. The external hardware, the mics, is going to make a difference. So. Oh
no, I'm saying like once I switch over, might see if there's what is that?
Whipped cream with cinnamon on top.
Okay. Yeah.
I dumped a little bit too much cinnamon.
You did.
I like tried to like blow off the extra cinnamon.
And it just made a mess.
And it made a mess.
Nice.
And it went up my nose. So.
Oh, ouch. Blow your nose.
So.
It does look good now.
I was yelling from a distance, Kieran.
Yeah. So I will say with the tiny lid or opening, makes it kind of difficult not to get white stuff all over my mustache.
Coffee too?
That's for later. I want some. Well, here you go. Cheers.
We made by a coffee master just for you, Tan, through the internet. So what you're gonna have to do? So here's the deal. Tan. So you have to close your eyes, and you have to just accept the coffee through the mental teleportation. So I need you to close your eyes and focus. Did it manifest in front of you? Did it work?
Nope. Wait, maybe.
Did coffee magically appear in front of you? Manifestator.
Hashtag manifestator. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I will share. I will share my coffee. My kapipi.
Coffee?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, perfect. There you go. There you go, Tantan. Yeah. Very good. Yep. Ad quote. Thank you.
Hashtag tea team. I support tea drinkers. That means there's more coffee for me.
That's fine. It's perfectly okay.
I love that Banana Tom
It's perfectly fine to be wrong. No, I'm just kidding.
Loose leaf tea.
You're a loose leaf tea.
Right now.
Yeah.
Like, that was like blended in an apothecary.
Oh, that is true. You do. You do. Yup. Anyway.
Only the bean, never the leaf. Cheers. I also drink my coffee black. Hello. I'm one of those heathens.
Yes, you are. Absolutely.
I'm also technically a certified coffee master. I know exactly what you did.
No, you don't. I hope everyone's having a good time.
Did she just share that she's been certified?
Yeah, she's a certified coffee master, black apron and all.
Black apron and all?
No, I was never mind. I was making a bad joke.
Wake up for how dare you? Yes, yes. The antagonizing of the Thomas banana.
Hello. Welcome in.
Oh.
Is that Maori Nerd?
Maori nerd.
I love it.
Maori?
Maori Nerd, are you in New Zealand by chance?
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Quick question. No Foreign, what was the highlight of your birthday stream?
Yes. Please share.
Also, shout out to December babies.
What?
Don't tell everyone his first name. It's just right there, dude.
Yeah. I'm sorry that your name is Banana and you hate it. It's not my fault. Highlight.
Should I show?
Screams and screaming. No.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Emotional damage.
The reason I ask Maori Nerd is that I have spent some time in New Zealand. I visited there on my own in the when was it? I know in the early 2000, I think it was 2004, and then I took Starkitty to New Zealand in, was it?
2019.
Yeah, 2019 or 2018?
2019.
So,
Very cool.
I am New Zealand, but in the UK, right? Ah, I see. Gotcha. Cool. Right on. So you're
Let's go.
more UK viewers.
Let's hope. Are you trying to tell me?
I mean, of course, BT, you can't help yourself.
Yeah.
Your chat is.
Yeah, your chat is.
That. We all know.
I just have to say something in regards to BT's chat. I'm surprised people don't leave and go to the bathroom more often because of how thirsty that chat is.
That is also very factual.
Waikiki?
Oh.
Nice.
Yeah, when he did in 2019, we stayed mostly in Auckland.
Yeah.
The Auckland area, so.
But we did also go visit Hobbiton, which was just sort of a touristy thing, I know.
Yeah.
But that was the only regular touristy thing we did. It's a wonderful, beautiful place. There's beautiful places in the UK too. I can't wait to visit all the folks that we know.
Yeah. I was going to say, Maori, fun fact, my character, Lorkris, as a Goliath, having a bunch of tattoos. He has tattoos on his face that were inspired by the Moko. I thought it was really cool and how they, that culture. So I kind of wanted to pay some homage to that when I was building Lorkris. So.
That's awesome, dude. Love it. I love it. Oh, get me something. Right here.
Even though I don't understand it in the appropriate way, I still loved how its spiritual meaning, its connection, and I wanted to bring that into a character that has a lot of faith. So, yeah. Well,
It's beautiful. I love it. I've watched some of those. I feel terrible because I'm blanking on what it's called, but like at the beginning of like when they do what's the dance? I'm so sorry. Thank you.
Yeah,
I'm obsessed with watching those. Like I'll go down like where I just constantly watch it and just sob the entire time because they're so cool and so powerful. Thank you. Yes. Yeah. I literally. It's so amazing, and I will watch like two of them, and I'm like,
it's such a powerful statement. I love it. Oh,
toasty warm in here.
I know. Emotions are high.
I know. I'm gonna cry.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's some powerful stuff there. I love it. She's been thirsting during those dances.
Listen.
Hey, you enjoy your day, good sir. The rest of it.
Fern's got to go. I wanted to pop back in. Thank you, No Form, for bringing your folks over to us. We'll take great care of them.
That is also true.
Care of yourself. And happy freaking boy day.
Yes, and never apologize for anything on your birthday.
Yeah.
Sorry, what were you saying, StarkItty?
I said, enjoy the rest of your birthday. Eat cake for me.
If you like cake.
Yeah.
Or pie. Or
pie-
ice cream. Or all three.
Or biscotti, if that's your thing.
Or pie.
Or curry.
Or nothing.
Or cookies.
Whatever.
Can't forget the cookies.
No, you're wonderful. We appreciate you
They
for
are
bringing
incredible.
Yes.
I appreciate you
Cozy and
bringing
Milborn are
all your
so
friends
cute
and all our
together.
friends from the Tater realm into this emotional chaos.
Listen, Alex. If you come into my chat and you go, "It's my birthday and I want to be a dick," and I'd be like, "Go for it. It's your birthday."
Yeah, but you can only do it once a year.
Exactly. You get a free for all one time. That's it.
Yes. So, Maddie, here, I'm gonna do this. I got you right here.
Yes. The gentleman that
damn it,
sits
I
right
gotcha,
here
I
behind
gotcha,
the
I
screen.
gotcha, I
That is
gotcha.
StormyD, SSG. He is our DM.
Cool.
He is our storyteller. He is the world crafter.
In chat down that way. With the command cast, it shows who we are. Stormy is obviously the DM that gets sitting behind the table. And then right below me is itsStarkitty. And she is playing Emillynn Ray. And then we have Druid IRL over here who is playing Fern. And then I, extirpatefate, am playing Lorkris.
You also forgot our lovely extra friends. This is Philip. The
This
baby
is
beholder.
Chocolate.
Druid has chocolate.
Can't you see that?
Mhm.
Can't you see the resemblance? They were made by the same person.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is Guar, not made by the same person.
I know,
one of my
they're
coworkers.
so cute.
Yeah, one of my coworkers crochets, and I was telling them about our story, and they're like, "Oh, I want to do this," and I was like, "Can you make it?" And she's like, "Yeah." And here we go. Here we are. We have quite a few of them, actually.
We also have
We got the crow. We have let's see.
Druid.
We have a parrot. We have a crow. We have Chonkapillar. We have Philip, and then I also have a little tiny Appa.
Thank you for the follow.
I'm gonna go to the river. The follow.
Druid and Fate also stream as well.
Please, guys.
But yeah,
All
I
you
have a
folks who
little
don't
Appa.
already know them, especially Maori Nerd, go over and check out. You should see links to Extirpate Fate and Druid IRL. Support them. We love them. Fellow streamers of Stormkeep, lords of
Oh.
Stormkeep.
Viper asks, what
And bestest
flavor?
friends.
What flavor cookies are best for birthdays? What do you guys? What's everybody's thoughts? And same thing to you guys in chat. What would be your favorite preferred birthday cookie?
Birthday cookie.
My preferred favorite birthday cookie would be peanut butter chocolate.
Oh yeah, with the chocolate.
Yes.
In the center. Yeah. Yeah.
You put the Hershey's Kiss on top of it, like like you know.
Snickerdoodles.
That's good. Yeah. Like for me, it would have to be something with dark chocolate, but since I can't eat chocolate, just a wish. I do cheat every once in a while, but not really.
Well, Stormy, you are the DM, and you probably could cast a 9th level spell, and you can just cast a wish and be like, chocolate cookies.
I wish that would work in this world. Look at that. I'm using that word again.
My preferred birthday cookie would be mint chocolate chip cookies.
I could
Ooh.
I can't do the mint very well.
Me neither, buddy. You and I have that in common.
I mean, it's not bad. I don't think it's a bad one. Like like mint chocolate ice cream is good, but I just
it's not my go-to.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
it needs to be the right kind of mint.
That is
Because if it's toothpaste kind of mint, then it's like ugh.
Yeah.
I use the Andes mints when I used to make them in the past. I just use
Perfect.
the chocolate chip cookie base, and instead of chocolate chips, I'd use Andes mints.
And I have to admit, I'm not a big fan of mint, but her Andy's Mint's mint chocolate chip cookies are amazing.
I bet. My mom's oatmeal chocolate chip cookies are amazing.
That is true, Maori nerd.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right. And it's a good thing that we like different things, because if we all liked the same thing, then there wouldn't be enough of that thing, and the world would be a lot less fun.
That's why I love tea drinkers. More coffee for me.
I mean, I'm a different kind of tea drinker. I love the social tea.
Oh, you
yes.
like that kind
Give
of tea.
I like that kind of tea.
The tea.
Wow, interesting. No worries, Mara. We appreciate you for joining us.
Late for you.
Or not, exclamation point YouTube. You can catch all of our previous sessions on our YouTube channel. Maori Nerd, you want to play catch up?
Yeah, it's daunting. There's 83 episodes and about 4 hours each, but that's okay.
Yeah.
But
You need
BT
the
did
background
it.
noise.
Yeah.
But we will be eventually starting a new campaign next year.
Yes, next year. This one's close to wrapping up, so you're seeing the very end. This is the last of probably the next 4 to 5, somewhere between 4 and 6 sessions should be it.
I think we were also planning on doing like a recap at the end. Episode.
Yeah. There's going to be a Q&A for open forum recap question episode that we're going to just sit and talk, and I'll answer questions, and I'll answer 90% of the questions that you asked.
Yeah.
And
I can't wait to peek behind the curtain.
I know.
and I won't
so
let
excited.
you peek behind all of the curtain, though.
I mean, I could also look up your maid skirt.
My maid skirt?
That is also on the YouTube.
Yeah.
If you want to see Stormy's maid cosplay, it's also on the YouTube channel. So have fun finding it. I feel the need to kind of get to inform the regulars of Isles in the Mist, Dungeons and Dragons, that we are now, excuse me? Yep, you just have to go check the YouTube channel to understand what I'm talking about. Have fun.
Yep.
You're welcome. Enjoy.
Yeah, they talked me into for my 500.
No. Leave it. No. Let it be. Let him find it on YouTube.
Excuse me. I do want to share at least that I also tried to make pancakes for Starkitty while in this maid costume. So, there's that added bit of spiciness.
It's beautiful.
They
were
me
beautiful
one
pancakes.
A burnt little charred mangled thing. It was still pretty tasty.
You made me one pancake. What were you saying here about regulars?
Oh, hold on, wait. Maori Nerd is a streamer.
Oh,
just sorry for outing you.
All right, we
Okay.
dropped you a follow, Mara Nerd, and it's super late for you, so we totally understand. You got to go get some restages. We love you.
Oh, they're
and
playing
appreciate
Lethal
you.
Company.
Oh God, we're gonna be getting to that soon enough for sure ourselves as well.
Yeah. Okay. So ever since the episode where we got to talk to Goo,
Well, technically Bunky.
Bunky, and we had that whole processing. Since that episode, Stormy has said the word processing 13 times on the stream. Since then.
Yep.
Thanks for reminding me of my
Nice.
failures.
No.
Well,
It's
give
not
them
a failure.
context. How many times did I say it in that single episode?
It was like 108.
Yeah, it was like 108 times or something like
Yeah.
that. I know Aries has it, the
He
actual
claims
number.
that,
Yeah.
but I don't know if that's actually accurate. That can't.
I don't know.
It's
I would
probably
you
more.
can count them.
Yeah.
Glad.
Vlad, welcome in.
Okay.
Let me
All
look.
right.
Yeah, that one. Thank you. Thank you.
He's here. I'm so glad he's here.
Yeah, I think it was 108 or 112. Something like that.
Greeterlings.
Oh, Spiper,
Yep.
did we answer your question about the cookies?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
if I had to pick something nowadays that's not
Ooh.
chocolate, I don't know. Snickerdoodle's pretty good. That's a good one. Oatmeal raisin I like too, though, if it's done right. Question.
Yeah. What's Emilynn's favorite cookie? What's Rylar's favorite cookie? What's Fern's favorite cookie?
The characters? Do they even have cookies in this world? Now I'm wondering. I never
Probably.
did put them in the lore.
I mean, if you guys can make a peach cobbler pie while like foraging in the forest, I'm sure there's a cookie of some kind.
Not
Yeah.
necessarily. Maybe it hasn't been invented yet.
I'm still trying to
102
figure out how
times.
they
That was
baked
close.
a pie.
All right. Fine.
102.
Was this a no-bake pie?
102.
I mean,
Maybe.
had they baked pies before they could bake
Need
pies?
a fantasy crumble cookie. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
All right.
I made a note.
Yep. Fantasy
BT.
crumble cookie. Oh, what?
No.
Cool.
All right. On that note, let's jump back into the role play, guys. Thank you so much for joining us this evening for our 84th episode. We're going to get back into the role play.
Can we switch scenes?
Next. Oh,
Can we switch scenes?
I'm going to switch scenes. Just a second. Appreciate you all hanging out with us, and we're going to go chat dark until the end. We'll be back again to chat with you all. You're amazing for coming. Enjoy the show.
Hold on a second. What's that little star thing that Aries is? What is that?
23 months subscriber.
Right.
Wow.
He's a tier 3 subscriber.
Tier 3 1-year badge. So, oh yeah, it's interesting. Wow. It puts a thing on top of the thing that I created. Epic.
Oh yeah, I see. That's cool. Hell yeah.
All right. Now, switching to we're doing this one, right? So folks can see the map and the map. Well, that map is not current, but that's okay. All right. Oh wait, it looks like I'm pointing.
No, you're good.
All right.
That
This
one.
map is not current.
So you guys are now in this kind of like a meditative circle with the ghost of Fern's mom and your sort of adoptive mom, you know? Or at least guardian is a better word.
Mother figure.
Yeah, mother figure, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you have more questions, I'm sure. And there's of all the folks here, there's a little bit more confusion for Lorkris because it's like, okay, who has that's been visiting in my dreams, and why do they look like this lady?
Yeah, I am letting everyone else ask their questions first because I am afraid. Lorkris is waiting for everyone to get their questions out of the way and let him go last because he's not quite sure how he's going to react and he doesn't want to lose this opportunity. It's noticing how important it is for Fern.
Of course. Okay, so I guess between Fern and Emillynn Ray, you guys can start asking questions. Rylar might have a question, but we'll see.
I mean, a lot of my questions revolve around the Shadow Man and the light on the, but I don't think she can answer a lot of those.
You can still ask them.
I did.
I
did ask her about the Shadow Man, and she kind of, sort of, gave some perspective just from what she's seen. So she doesn't really know much about him other than he was the downfall of both civilizations. So, and she can see Philip.
That was important. Question.
Yeah.
You said that there's like traps going up into the mountain. What do you mean?
Add a
Because
character.
there's like you said like trials or something about like the people around here like not being able to climb the mountain or something. Like what do you mean? What does that mean?
Well,
What should we expect climbing the mountain?
to answer your question, it's not really so much traps. It's not necessarily that there's some purpose or being behind what people experience as they try and climb the mountain.
Say that again?
Sorry, can you hear me okay? I'm not muted, am I? Yeah. Okay.
No.
So
You're not.
it's not really that there's an intelligence or a being or a purpose behind what behind the obstacles to climbing the mountain. It's more like the mountain itself as an aspect of the land is protective of the light at the top and the knowledge that it can bring, and that it's as if the trials and tribulations that those who climb the mountain must overcome as they climb the mountain are there so that they have earned what the light can teach. Having not accomplished getting to the top, I honestly don't know for sure. It's the one kind of the saddest regret that I have next to, what happened with you all. Luckily that turned out okay. You guys are here and you can perhaps fulfill the promise of what could have been between our two peoples, if that's what you choose to do. The tribulations of the mountain, kind of think of the mountain as a living thing itself.
They already do.
A great being that guards and protects itself from those who still have things to learn before they can become worthy to reach the pinnacle of what it has to teach. And so you will encounter typical kind of climbing obstacles. You will encounter magical anomalies that make it impossible to fly further. You'll encounter gravity anomalies that make traveling harder. They're a mixture of natural tunnels and caves mixed with tunnels and caves that our two peoples have created to try and bypass obstacles. But the mountain is constantly changing and constantly testing and probing those who would ascend to its heights, to its light at the top. That's all I can give you. That's all I know. Unfortunately, I wish there was more. It's something you'll have to potentially face yourself if you want to know those answers. And it may be the only way to free this world of the Shadow Man.
I couldn't quite hear the last bit. You're covering your mic when you do that.
Right. And it may be the only way that you have to free this world of the Shadow Man.
Do you like calling me by Fern? Does that bother you?
I'm just happy to be able to interact with you at all in this moment that I have left.
So the Shadow Man's promise was of just more knowledge? If anybody made it to the top?
No, the Shadow Man he wasn't what was drawing people to the mountain. He came after the mountain.
Oh, after the mountain.
Close to when the mountain arrived. I can see why some people might have conflated the two, but in reality, I think he must be something that craves the light as well, or whatever is in it, whatever it represents, whatever it can teach. But he has a ruthlessness and a patience, a supernatural, dark patience. Or what sort of being, but a patient being, could set forth a plan in motion that requires 15,000 years of time.
He must be very bored waiting that long.
Or maybe that amount of time is nothing but a blip to it. Who knows?
Or he's hanging out in a different dimension too for a while. How old is... We are so old.
You don't look over a day. You don't look a day older than 7,000 years old.
My complexion's so nice. I do have a question.
Yes.
Who's my dad?
Your father is a sad story for me. He was one of the first victims of the culture wars that created the corrupt government in our land that you see now. You wouldn't use the word government, the corrupt leadership system that we have that eventually evolved. He opposed it too, and he was one of its first victims. He was a wonderful husband and father for the short time that he knew you.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I did rip her heart out of her chest and it came out with this thing.
You may have need of that. Make sure to keep it. It might have some significance in the rest of your journey.
Yeah, I know. I keep it right here with my spider friend.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
This grove, has this always been here, or is this something that you created yourself?
The island was already here in the lake, but I repurposed it and turned it into this hidden grove to be a sanctuary for those gargantuans who were trying to escape the authoritarianism of their culture and their leaders.
Is the Nexus node still intact here?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
So
Would have told you that
can-
one.
So Fern can regrow this area.
I'm sure she can.
Now that her memories have returned, you should be able to create something similar, right?
Oh, there's going to be a face on this big old tree right here.
You should be very proud of your daughter. She takes after you in teleportation magic.
I just asked the trees a lot of questions. We figured it out together. I mean, there was a lot of questions. These poor guys. I already talk a lot. Imagine not being able to understand half of the conversation.
I'm happy you were able to figure it out and not surprised. You always led nature just as much as it led you, even as a child.
Weird question. What was I supposed to be when I grew up, if none of this crazy shit happened?
Whatever you would choose to be. A wild child of the forest. Another archdruidess.
Oh yeah, I probably would not have done well for government.
Whatever it is, whatever your heart would have chosen, I would have been happy and supportive. I wouldn't make that kind of choice for you.
I probably would have let you anyway.
That's probably true too.
I have a lot of questions, but I don't know if they really matter. Like, what's your favorite color?
I think those kinds of questions will eventually come in another life, in another world, perhaps, when we can reconnect one day in the realm of spirit and mind.
Can you visit in dreams?
I have been stuck in time for all of this time since that moment. I don't think that I will be able to visit you again until much change happens throughout the universe.
Do anybody else have any other questions? Because otherwise I'm gonna, ask her what her favorite tree is. If there's a tree alive still that you've talked to.
Okay, let's.
This is fate lapsing at the player.
Yeah. All right, so Lorkris, do you have questions for her?
I don't have any more questions that she can actually answer for me, so.
You say you've not visited us. You say you have not visited us in dreams. Yes.
Yes, I have not.
I find that interesting because you visited me a lot. You appear as the deity known as Weejas.
What deity known as Weejas? The Weejas are your people, the Gargantuans.
After so long, many things have been misconstrued. The people of this era revere a goddess Melora as a nature goddess, and a goddess named Weejas of death. And you bear a striking resemblance to the one that has tormented me, but guided me as well. I've had faith in both Melora and Weejas as a deity, but I find that that's not the case. What am I?
I think what you are is what you choose to be, and the choices that you make in the present moment, in each new present moment. It's up to you to decide that for yourself. As far as the answers you seek and the dreams that you've had, I wish I could be what you need. I wish I could offer you the solace and the comfort and the knowledge that you seek. Perhaps not only will you be able to find the answers about how to drive off or defeat the Shadow Man at the top of the mountain, but maybe the answers about yourself as well.
Very well.
One more question that just came up.
Yes.
15,000 years ago, did your people worship any types of gods, goddesses, higher beings other than nature?
No. My people, the Glomells, we worship the concept of nature and life itself. And that's what, they were, we were called, but the Melorans, that's the Meloras, that's what I wouldn't call it worship so much as that was the philosophical concept that we adhered to and understood culturally and amongst our people. Religion wasn't really a thing. It didn't come until later when the Shadow Man created that false religion amongst my people. And the same thing happened to the Gargantuans. Othric was able to share with me all their story. The Shadow Man came to their people and manipulated them into creating these religions. But originally, they believed in the concept of arcane ascendance, that they could reach a state of higher being by mastering the arcane arts and overcoming death through the arcane arts. They had noble pursuits, just like we did. We wanted to harmonize with the land. They wanted to harmonize with arcane energies. And the Shadow Man, well, he tricked them all into abandoning their harmonies, their melodies, their songs.
Speaking of song,
Song for my mom?
What did you say, Druid? I missed it because you cut out a little bit.
I said, oh, Miss Ray, you should play that song for my mom and see if she recognizes it.
Was that what you were going to ask, Lorkris?
We said the same thing. We both had the same realization at the same time. And I stole it from him. It is my mom, after all. Lorkris.
You're such a fool.
Before I play the song as your daughter's and her best friend is requesting, do you have any sense of any other Glomells that are still alive here? Because Fern is the only one that I've ever seen.
As far as I know, she's the only one that ever survived. She was frozen in time, transported far and away through time and space. She is the last of her people. My people weren't quite as fortunate. We succumbed to the corruption and the dark cult too quickly, and the ones who would have been able to blow it or put a stop to it were snuffed out. That's why I wanted to commit myself and little Ravella, Fern, I want to commit us to helping Othric and the few people that he was able to help filter out and escape from gargantuans. At least then some of us would have survived. You've become such a wonderful and powerful archdruid, you know that?
I wouldn't say that I'm an archdruid.
Oh, my dear daughter. You would have put to shame every one of our elder council in both innate understanding of nature and innate ability to focus nature and its power.
Fern, I'm gonna have to agree with your mom here.
No. Tell them that they're wrong, Chonkapillar.
Chonkapillar, he just feels super happy that he's here with you and his original progenitor, his original friend, and so glad that he could be passed on to be with you and protect you.
Listen, Mom. Really quick before Miss Ray plays a beautiful song for you. What did Chonkapillar look like before he got turned into a crazy, like, giant, scary claw monster thing? We had to kill its original body, but what did he look like? What did you call Chonkapillar? Because I call him Chonkapillar.
Well, I suppose that'll be a story for another world and another time.
You said that you would answer as many questions as you can, and I have a feeling you know the answer.
I do, but my time is waning, and I'm feeling the pull to the other universe, and I must answer any other questions that might be pertinent.
I quickly pull out my violin, tune it a little, and then I start playing it as a send-off.
Roll your performance.
Oh, God. Come on, be a good performance for Fern's mom. That's only a 27.
Only a 27.
I rolled an 8.
Only.
I wanted something over 10 for like a masterful performance for her mom.
I know. She says, I see what you're doing there. You're very close. Keep practicing. You'll master it. You'll find the key.
The key? What's the key?
I'm afraid I have no more time left. I'm so proud of you all, and I love you so much, little Fern. And Cortanus, your father would be so proud of you, how strong and noble you've become. I know there is much confusion and frustration in your heart, but maybe it's just a bag of bricks you gotta let go of. She wouldn't say bricks, she would say rocks. A bag of rocks. Bag of rocks. Just let it go. Just learn to be. And I'm sure all the answers that you all seek, you will find. When you find the ultimate mystery of Radiant Mountain, the light at the top.
I'm not gonna say goodbye. I'm just gonna say see you later.
What prophecies, my child, as she starts to fade out?
Warcrafters of Destiny. We'll come to the island and we'll turn the tide of the success or failures of the undead people.
That's something of the gargantuan people. I don't know anything about that.
Darn. Odric didn't say anything. I look at Lorkris. The people don't like to share much.
And with that, she starts to kind of disappear. She starts to expand. She's like she's getting bigger and farther away at the same time, as she can't basically hold her form anymore. And she says, "Thank you so much for freeing me. You have freed me in more ways than you realize. Thank you for freeing our people. I sense that both of you have done that. You're not quite done. You can't completely free the curse of this land until you all understand what the Radiant Mountain has to teach. And then, only then, send that Shadow Man packing." It fades away, whispering into the light of the sun radiating down through the clouds.
And that's when Fern starts sobbing. She's just like, she kneels down and she's like holding Chonkapillar and she just starts sobbing.
What's Fern's favorite form of him?
Chonkapillar.
Okay. I thought so.
That's her favorite.
Well, he stays in that form. He's super fluffy and fuzzy, and he comforts you. What did she say?
So fucking fluffy.
Yeah. All right.
I kneel down and I just start rubbing Fern's back. I'm not saying anything.
And
I'm just...
every time you pick up your hand, there's like more ants.
Oh yeah, I don't care. I'm just like,
All of
okay.
Rylar's like, "Oh man."
I know the ants won't bite, so.
Rylar's like, "Oh man, I wanted to ask the lady if ghosts poop." Oh well.
Of course they do, Rylar. It's probably why she had to leave.
Rylar looks at you and he says, "I know you're just pretending, Miss Fern. I'm sorry your mama had to go."
Rylar, you can ask your question to the ghost in the tower. Maybe you'll get an answer there.
We already asked him.
Oh, I did? I forgot it. Sorry.
They said that they don't poop.
But you can always ask again, Rylar, just in case.
Well, maybe I'll remember it then. Phillips at this point says, now just a minute here. So I have a question. Up till now, Lorkris has told us about his dreams, but you never told us about what Weejoth looks like. And so now you're saying that Weejoth looked like that lady.
Yeah, that's a very good question.
What do you think about that now?
Well,
See, I didn't ask
so
him.
well,
Like,
I've asked the question and posed what she looked like out loud before, and I've gotten the answer that sounds like Weejoss. So people already know what she looks like.
Who did you ask about that?
I asked Jocko,
Yeah.
and Jocko's like, that sounds like Weejoss.
That's true.
yeah.
That's true.
So I did describe her.
Right.
I haven't talked much to the party about her and how she looks.
True.
But I would imagine then in inference, at least Emillynn would have a semblance of like what Weejoss could kind of look like.
Now what were you about to say?
Oh, we just we just always came across as a human female. So
To him.
yeah, well, no,
Yeah.
to at least
The worshippers of this world.
to the worshippers of this
That's true.
world. So
Yeah.
they're like Emillynn might have been like, it's good.
Well,
Look like we
if
just
you
but
guys
she's an
want
elf.
to, if you guys want to roll to spitball a theory, I can potentially share a theory for you.
Fern is not part
What are
of
we
that.
rolling?
Yeah, I figured Fern would, but Lorkris and you might be curious.
What am I rolling? History.
Yeah, history for you, and history for Lorkris, I suppose, or religion for Lorkris.
Religion.
Yeah. You can give
24.
yourself a guidance too if you want.
24.
Same.
24. Definitely good enough. So you remember, in the times that you were trained, in some of the travels that you did with Solana to the cathedrals and stuff, that religious texts that are, some religions start out mostly just sharing verbal information, right? But now that you know a little bit more of the history of your people having escaped persecution, and well, not persecution, but mental and physical slavery, having escaped with some of their knowledge and potentially with some of their books and stuff intact, the best hypothesis you guys can come up with is that it's entirely possible that during the writings and stuff that survived from that time, after that pocket of gargantuans basically were transported to another continent and spawned the gargantuan race on that continent, and the religions that would spread out from that, from their intermingling with other races that already existed there. It's possible that maybe in some one of those texts there was a drawing of Fern's mom,
Ileana.
and that ended up perhaps being mixed in wrong with other religious texts and scrolls and stuff, and someone misinterpreted, and that became the image of Weejaws, because that was what was put into the minds of people throughout, because that's the way it was raised in the text of it.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least that's the way it would have evolved for the people of the land. That explains that. As far as your memories of her, the only thing that you can think of is maybe because you literally have memories of her as a physical person, you might have somehow either you've conflated her onto some dream person, or something else has invaded your dreams in her
It is
guise.
using that form.
Yeah, it could
It
be either
uses
one.
that form.
Like
Yeah.
it really could go
Yeah,
either
yeah,
way,
yeah.
because you're right that some of the time she was torturous, and some of the time she was very much a guide. So
Yeah.
Now you,
So that's actually something that I as a player realized, but Emillynn realized too.
Mhm.
So, Lorkris, something Eliana said kind of stuck out to me. He said, Shadow Man appeared in people's dreams. What if the person you saw in your dreams and all the dreams that we've been having have somehow related to the Shadow Man? It's a theory right now. I mean, for Fern to be dreaming as an elf, that's something new.
I'm one of a kind now. For sure.
And for you to see in your dreams somebody that looks like Weejaws, but looks like Fern's mom, but she said it wasn't her, really has me thinking.
But why help?
Philip goes, oh, no, sorry, go ahead, sorry.
but why help us?
Goes back to the other thing that he said. Shadow Man came after the mountain, and they may be trying to reach the top too, but in order to reach the light, they may need vessels to go up. Working theory.
So Philip said, "Oh, that's spooky. So you're saying you think that these weird dreams that you all have been having have been the Shadow Man trying to invade your dreams and manipulate you?"
Possible.
At that point, Rylar goes, "Well, how come I don't have any dreams? And how come, like, it seems to me from what you guys tell me about your dreams that, like, if it was really the Shadow Man, wouldn't they have been trying to trick you into being against each other? Because all your dreams have done is kind of brought you closer together."
But if our dreams are from goo.
But
Rylar goes, "I don't think they're from goo. I think he would give you really creepy dreams. I'm pretty sure."
But Rylar,
Mm-hmm.
the Shadow Man has already realized that from testing, pitting people against each other gets nowhere.
Well, but it did work for him. He got all of the dark energy from the two peoples, enough to do whatever he's supposed to do in a few days.
Yes. It's another experiment that they're trying to see if they can make it to the top of the mountain.
Unless the intention is to guide some vessels to make it to the top so that they can do what they're looking to do.
Exactly.
Mm.
Working theory.
I mean, he's had 15,000 years to think about it. And we've had, what, months?
And also, Rylar, I think goo protects you. And so does Bonky.
Oh. Well, maybe, I'm just throwing this out here. I know I was not very smart, but basically, just the dreams you guys tell me, it seems to me something was protecting you too. Maybe you're right that this guy's been trying to invade your dreams. But maybe the dreams that you've had is something inside protecting you from that.
There's also that possibility as well.
Rylar, whenever you say, "I'm not very smart," it's followed up with something pretty smart.
I have to agree with Fern.
Thank you.
All right. Fern, we're going to have to eventually have you regrow this area.
Oh, because we are gonna have to rest here anyway. Because that was our plan all along.
When you have, I think what you have, 3 days left, and it's only going to take a few hours to travel on foot from the lake to the edge of the mountain. Now, you don't know how long it'll take you to go up the mountain, though.
Yeah.
So you have, no, not 3 days, 4 days, because you only spent, once you
We
figured
didn't even
out...
spend the whole day.
Do what?
We didn't even spend a whole day at...
No, I'm not talking about here. If you think about from the time that you figured out when you got that letter from Beholder number 2, if that's what it is. I forget what his name was, but you know who I'm talking about. Once you got that letter, he said you had a week. And I think only from that time, like you guys spent like effectively 3 days doing stuff.
Yes.
And so you have 4 days left. And you're only basically a 2-hour walk from the edge of the mountain.
So,
It's up to you guys.
what do you want to do? Do we want to stay here and rest for a little bit? Or do we want to walk back across the lake?
We
Check
should
out the
definitely rest right here. This is probably the safest place to rest. They can't see the island.
We don't know that after all this had happened.
Actually, you sort of do.
Oh.
Because remember in the report, they indicated that they tried to send a new team out there to ascertain what happened to the Archmage. The few survivors that got off the island. And they couldn't even find the island anymore.
No, I'm talking about like present day.
Oh, okay, sorry.
You know, because we got rid of the anomaly and we don't know if the spell that like hides the island was tied to that tree that blew up or what, but yes. There has to be some sort of spell focus to be able to hide a whole island.
Well, we all know that the island would warn us if we knew, or if it sensed anything was gonna come and hurt us. So I'm pretty sure this is the safest spot to be.
You think about it a little bit more, and her instincts are good.
Mechanical question.
Yeah.
When I imagine the object that I cast the glyphs on aren't destroyed, right?
It depends on the spell.
At least so far.
If it's
But so far, everything that I've done, it wouldn't have physically destroyed the object.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I think the one that you used to cast the spell on to dispel what happened here is probably incinerated.
Oh yeah, it's totally gone forever.
That would probably be the only one.
That's fair. If so. All right.
Unless it's a random rock that Fern finds going, this one!
This one, I recognize it.
I have an idea that may not work,
What is the idea?
but I need a day. I need a little more than a day.
What is the idea?
Well, I want to give them a taste of their own medicine. They've cursed the land that was once my people. So I shall do the same to them. In turn, I want to cast Hollow on a glyph. It'll take a day.
Wait, no. So to curse something, you need to cast Unhollow. Are you?
No, yeah,
But you're wanting
I'm
to
gonna
follow
cast
it.
I'm in a Hollow, so I'm taking their concept and kind of
Reversing it.
inverting
I
it.
see what you're saying. So technically, you're really blessing it, but for something that's dark, it's So who's they, and which land are you talking about? Out of curiosity, out of character.
Well, with
Well, no, we
the
should do it in
cursed
character
land.
because you actually asked in character. So Rylar would ask that. Who are you talking about, Lorkris?
Well, this Umbraseer, this Shadow Man, is the reason why my people were cursed, and the reason why Fern's people are gone. So
I gotcha.
they will experience the same.
Oh yeah, I see. So you like have the hollow spell pop out really fast. You normally can't. It's like, I got the, we did the other spell.
However, I don't know if this will make a difference, and I will pull out the shard that I have that was inside the crystal, and I'm going to cast Hollow on a glyph on that as the object.
Ooh.
What
So
does
that's
it
what
do?
you're- That's what you want to use as the nade.
As the physical
grenade.
object.
Okay.
Yeah. However, this takes quite some time.
So,
That gives me plenty of time to cure this place a little bit.
so basically, you guys are going to do for here what you did over at your land.
Well, he's working on something
Yeah,
else.
I'm
I'm
doing
just
something
going to be doing my thing.
Yeah.
To
Yeah,
cure
no,
this
I'm sure,
area.
but I mean, as far effectively, the time is the same because you
Spending
both
the time,
tested
yeah.
the same spells. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, so if that's the plan, you guys will rest. I guess right now you would start the process because it's going to take 24 hours, and then you would need to rest again to get your spell slots back. So it would take, like you said, a little more than a day.
Oh.
Yep.
And since they got to be working while they're doing it, you probably want to do it all here in this space, not in your. Obviously, you can't.
Yeah, I can't do it in the.
Yeah, neither one of you can do it in the pocket dimension. So yeah, okay, cool. So I'm not going to make you roll for any of that. You can do that. It's going to take the time, and it only shaves a day and a half off of your relatively 4 days that you have left. So you have like 3.5 or roughly 3 days, we'll say.
Yep.
Is there a face on the tree in the center that had the top blown off?
You'd asked me that already, and I told you no.
What?
Well,
I didn't get
half of
an
the
all
tree-
around.
Half of the tree is gone.
Yeah, there's very little left. It's just a blackened husk. If there was a face on there, you don't see one anymore. But you're pretty sure that back when you saw it, when it was still kind of frozen in time, you didn't see one. You want to put one there?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
I will say, obviously, Lorkris is not involved in this because he is doing his thing.
Yeah.
However, the spot in which I'm going to do that is the spot where Emillynn was standing.
Okay.
So essentially right here.
Okay.
Because and then on top of that, while Lorkris is doing that, he is not to say simultaneously meditating, but he's using this opportunity to reflect and like kind of pump his or like push his like mentality into the spell. Like he's very cognizantly aware that I am doing this. This is not coming from anybody else. So he's doing what she said, essentially, and trying to let go.
Right on.
So we'll see how that works.
And Fern, I take it you want to go do your thing, starting at the core of this grove, which is the big tree.
She'll sit in front of the big tree the entire time.
Oh, of course. Where are you guys going to camp while they do this?
Probably somewhere in between the two of them. That way, I can be like, Rylar, go check on Lorkris. I'll go check on Fern, and then vice versa.
Whoa, allergies. Wow.
Not allowed. Hey, man, it's okay if you need to cry, man. It's cool. I mean, I came close already.
I'm about to sneeze. Oh my god.
Does
Take
it
your allergy
that?
pill?
Achoo.
Two.
Might have missed it last night. Let me squirt my nose. I'll be right back.
What?
Forgot his allergy pill.
Ow.
Yeah, there's a countertop there.
I hit my boob.
So this counter top that you see here goes all the way across. Stormy ran into it. Trying to go around.
Owie.
Stop rubbing your boob.
Don't do that.
My chesticle. Oh. Okay.
Floppy fun bags.
So, we are, you guys spend this time doing this? Was there anything else that you wanted to ask or say or do role-playing wise?
Oh, Fern is totally avoiding any like deep conversation about everything with everyone. It's
No, I meant
very
like during the ritual, you have to spend like 24 hours working. So I meant afterwards when you guys rest to get your spell slots back and stuff.
Oh, she's avoiding all of those like big feelings and stuff. Totally. You can
I gotcha.
tell. Actively avoiding it.
You have a Kleenex?
Occasionally, Miss Ray will come check on Fern, see if she needs anything. And if she says no, she'll pull out a violin and play some music for you.
Perfect.
And you can see Philip will spin around, dancing.
Oh yeah. Get down. Getting groovy.
I'm going. So real quick, as a point of like record keeping on what I'm doing, because with Hollow, I can create an additional effect within the space. I'm letting you know that I am going to utilize the energy vulnerability aspect for necrotic.
Oh, you should have done the extra dimensional interference.
The vulnerability falls closely in line with my curse ability for vulnerability. Yeah.
I get it.
However, they still can save. It's not like it's foolproof. But if they don't, they are vulnerable to necrotic.
And if they are like have like an immunity, it like nullifies it or something.
Affected creatures in the area have vulnerability to one damage type of your choice, except for bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing.
Something.
The energy vulnerability.
Stormy, why does it sound like your mic turned off?
Oh, because
Because he did turn it
I
off.
muted for this for the blowing of the nose.
Got it. There we go.
Need to make him a sign that says, "Did you unmute?"
All right. So, all right, you guys do all that. You've hollowed the space. You have started the process of the land healing itself and growing. And actually, in her time frame, a lot of that area would have already been overgrown. And in fact, it's enhanced because she's on a node, and because the forest here is so alive. So, like, it's accelerated like at an exponential rate. So your success is by far the most you've ever done. And what face do you want to put on the tree that is now growing there? By the way, the tree, yeah, basically the tree is going to sprout new stuff right out of it. Like it's going to start to reform. It's going to be in a strange shape because of the way it was blasted, but you know, it's still
Perfect.
Good. Yeah. So what face? I think I know, but
I'm gonna put my mom's face on there.
I knew it. It's her grove, so it makes sense. All right. So you carve a beautiful rendition of Eliana's face, the Archdruid, the outcast Archdruid on the grove. And you guys have
She's doing the right thing.
You've done the right thing. You've created a beautiful safe space here out of a place that was already a beautiful safe space for people. So.
Hey, Fern, are you going to tell Jericho and the Archdruid about this place?
No. They can find it themselves.
If they can, Rylar says.
Oh, they won't be able to. That's why it's going to be very funny.
This is another space that Guar can run around in. Especially when it's at particular time.
That is very true. We all know that the trees here would take very good care of him.
But Guar hasn't transformed.
It's true.
Just in case.
Yep. Just as Jericho had shared with you guys, he's, you know, throughout the time that he's been traveling with you, he's stuck in this particular form, even during the full moon.
But it's good to know there is at least a place.
Very true.
A secondary place.
and I could just yeet him through a tree.
Mhm.
And
I was literally thinking that same thing. Oh, the change is upon us, and then like he's just like, "Woo, go, get out of here."
yeah,
All right.
big feelings tonight.
All right, so you have completed an amazing thing, and your characters have learned a lot of things about yourselves. And you only have one place left to go. Is there anything else you want to do before you go there? You got a sad look over your face, Druid. Are you doing okay?
You know, I'm just in character.
Good.
Sad. Hey, Lorkris. Oh, so Fern is just gonna drag Lorkris over to the tree. Are you okay, Lorkris?
I will be. Did you hear that? Sorry. Did you hear that wooing?
Yeah.
Is it the music from the stream?
No.
No.
It's outside our house.
Okay. I just that was just really weird.
Yeah, it caught me off guard
I
too.
thought it was bro for a second. I'm like, there's no way that's gonna.
Yeah.
There's no way that's coming up. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, am I okay?
You found out you were adopted today. Or yesterday.
True, it was yesterday.
Oh, that's what it is.
What is it?
Santa Claus is coming through.
Yeah.
I get it.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry. It was just a very strange. Like, what is going?
We're just celebrating a really big jolly elf right now.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I will be fine. How are you doing?
I thought I was ready to learn all of this, but I really wasn't.
None of us were really ready for anything. You weren't ready to make it into town, but you did it. You weren't really ready to adventure, but you did. You will never be ready. That is life. However, it's nice to know that we have been friends longer than we knew. And for that, I'm grateful.
And Fern just crawls into his lap. And not a single bug crawls on him the whole time. Are you tearing up too? Tell me you are.
Do you want me to?
Yeah, I made me feel better.
Meanwhile, Emillynn talking to Rylar, going, Rylar, I just realized our friends are way older than we thought they were.
Really?
Yeah.
Like,
That was
are they like,
poor choice.
they're like, older than 20?
Yes.
Are they older than 30?
Yes.
Are they older than 40?
Oh, yeah.
No, they're not older than 50, are they?
They sure are.
They're like old.
They're like 15,000 years old.
What's that? I don't understand what that means.
So, you remember the stories we were reading about the people?
Yeah.
And you know how it talked about Ravella being the daughter of Elena?
Yeah.
Bella's Fern.
And Lorkris.
Lorkris is her friend,
Or Tanis.
Fortanis.
What? But I thought it was Fern and Lorkris.
Yeah, they are. But they're also Fortanis and Ravella.
Why is they not like super wrinkly and like bony and stuff?
That's the very interesting
Stinky.
thing about teleportation magic.
I'm kind of bony.
Sometimes I move slow when you're teleporting. And then you come out from the other side and you don't look a day over 20. I don't know how old your characters are.
Neither do I.
Yeah, neither do I.
28.
No, I think I do. I think I do.
She's 28 years old.
You're still a baby elf.
Oh yeah, sure.
Super baby elf.
Well,
But also, reminder, she's only 4'9".
Yeah, I mean, Lorkris would be about the same age.
so they, but technically they're 15,028. Or rough. I mean, it's not exactly.
And some
15.
change. Yeah, no, it's
Admit.
Either a little under or a little over.
Yeah.
So
Like either that, Rylar, or they're just using really good magic to hide their age.
yeah, I don't think that. So that would make him like liches, and that's grody. Better not be that.
So you've seen a lich.
No, I just read about him.
Mm.
Well, I looked at picture books about him.
I could see an offshoot side
Just the picture
conversations
books.
with Rylar.
Yeah. I've loved offshoot side conversations with Rylar.
Okay. So, would you guys, if there's no other role playing you wanted to do in and around the Sacred Island Grove, would you like me to exposition? Oh, go ahead. Rick, you have more.
I'll say that the only thing in that same moment that Fern kind of like curls up, Lorkris will stay there for as long as Fern wants, and just kind of embraces her, probably very similar to like it was in the very beginning when we first re-met.
Right.
But yeah, other than that, until she's ready to move on, or yeah, Lorkris will just hold that space.
Nice.
She sits there for an extra long time knowing that. And there's gonna be a point when she starts giggling. I bet your feet are asleep. Can you even stand up?
Yes. No wobble.
All right. So,
Pretends to stumble. It's clearly fake. Like,
okay. So, then you guys head on for the rest of your journey. Your fateful, perhaps fated, destined encounter. Your final trek and trial and tribulation toward Radiant Mountain. Up ahead in the distance, shimmering light at the top of an enormous mountain. You walk those 2 hours in quiet, comfortable silence, both comforted by the fact that you're making this trek finally, and also a bit anxious and nervous about what you will find, what you might find, what you may have to face, what you may have to accomplish. Oh my God, this is Lynn. I got to assign this.
Thank you for the raid.
Diablo man himself. What's up, Brett?
Rom.
Appreciate you bringing the folks over. You got Loomis and Sandwich Man with you. Who else is over there? Eric Hikari.
Hell yeah, what's crackalackin'?
So it's funny. So here's the thing. We still have a little bit of time left. So I'm gonna just exposition the rest of it, because it's just a short 2-hour walk across the grassy field, you know, with little pockets of trees. You're moving towards this massive mystical mountain with the radiant light at the top, knowing that 15,000 years of history of two ancient civilizations could not beat this thing. In fact, they beat each other up trying to beat the thing. But maybe you all have a different way than they did. And you know that you'll at least be able to probably utilize some of the accomplishments that they made along the way. And may have a few trials of your own. And perhaps finally face off against the Shadow Man. Although there's one other being that concerns you. You think you might have to face even before the Shadow Man. And it makes Emillynn Ray worry for Philip. And all of you, glad you have Rylar with you. Knowing that there may be a second beholder out there. So, as you cross those grassy plains, I shall describe to you what you see as you come to the base of the mountain. As you come to the base of the mountain, of course, the radiance of the light at the top of the mountain spills down the mountain, but it does it in it radiates light. So it doesn't touch anything. It just sort of emanates and glows, and the clouds circle around the light. And it's fascinating how the top of the mountain, it as high and tall as it is, doesn't have any snow or ice. It's almost as if a separate biome, a separate environment exists up there along the top. Well, there are certain parts of the mountain that do have snow and ice along the side, along the edges, as if that's further obstacles to getting a little bit farther up the mountain. There's places where the circular clouds have over time left precipitation in the form of snow and ice and rain in certain middle splotches of the mountain. You also note, as you come forward towards the mountain, at the bottom, the base of the mountain, it slopes upward gently at first, almost as if it beckons. And it's easy at first, and then there's lots of trees, and it gets steeper. And for a little while, it's hiking. You know, you don't have to make any checks, even the ones who aren't super physical. Although I guess now as the super bard being proficient in everything now, you're okay too. Rylar would be the one probably sucking wind the most, but you all help each other up as you were hiking up a little bit farther to a different plateau of the mountain. And at that lower end plateau, You notice that the plateau has been kind of cleared, a little bit of trees. Looks like manually cleared by people long ago who were working towards climbing this mountain to making it easier. You get the sense that they, in the past, long ago, they had cleared that area to create sort of a foundation where they could have camps of people working to get up. You realize that this section that you found on the mountain, because of the way you moved around from the lake, this is closer to the gargantuan side of where the gargantuans were trying to climb up the mountain, not the way the glowmells were trying to climb up the mountain. And you sense and guess that somewhere in the middle is where you would be able to see a convergence, as it were, where they would have met, as shown in the history. And you, on this plateau, you spot, as the slope goes up and around a little bit towards a rocky, craggy area, it seems to slope up into a crack in the mountain, a cave of some kind. But then, even more astonishingly, as you move closer to it, you see a bunch of white rocks at first, covered in kind of a black goo, and you're not sure what it is from a distance. So you're prepared for anything, ready to do battle, as it were, if you need to. But as you get closer, you realize they're not rocks, and it's not a black goo or slime on these rocks. Instead, they look like massive bones and black scales and skin that is burned and charred and basically rotting and decaying over the bones. And again, you continue to be cautious and make your way forward, and you realize, my God, this is the dragon that you all met long ago as the guardian of Fern's ziggurat. And the thing has been utterly annihilated by something. It obviously had flown high at the mountaintop. And you can tell by the rock slide that it was killed in midair and crumpled and hit the mountain and tumbled down the mountain, and its corpse ended up right here in this spot in front of this crack in the mountain that goes into darkness. And there's even this stink and the smell of this rotting gargantuan dragon corpse assails your senses. The stink of it and the rot of it. And the sheer shock of it. This being that you basically had to bargain your lives with not that long ago, seems to have been smoten in one shot.
At least we don't have to worry about it in 101 years.
There is that bright side.
Ms. Ray pulls out a parchment and her magic quill, going, "Black dragon, not a problem anymore." Tell Jocko.
So I gotta grab him so you guys can say goodbye. Say goodbye to Lazy Dragon.
Bye, lazy dragon.
Remember
Bye,
he
Lazy
was,
Dragon.
I forget his name, but remember he was lazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, that's one less obstacle.
Yay, future generations don't have to deal with it.
So,
That's if there are future generations.
right, true. Speaking of as if there are future generations, as you make your way past the smoldering, decaying dragon corpse towards the crack in the mountain, sure that this must be the kind of the first entrance of the mountain to be able to scale it. You know, knowing what you've read about its history, about how certain parts of the mountain had to be traversed outside the mountain and certain parts had to be traversed within the mountain. This is one of the first trials. But, you guess that this trial should be pretty easy because it's already been accomplished. At the very least, you have to follow the path. Or at least you find that it will probably be the wisest and easiest choice. So as you travel towards that dark crag, you hear a voice emanating out of the darkness. And the voice says deep from the darkness, "Oh, so you made it this far that quickly." And it says it in common. And it says, "I am surprised and impressed. Of course, my master said that you would. But you will not get past me." And it emerges out of the darkness of the cave into your vision. With a glowing single red eye and several other floating glowing eyes as well. Let me see, where's the best show this?
An undead beholder!
He says, "I am your death tyrant. You will bow to me."
I'd like to see you try.
Emillynn
When
gets
he
a little-
when he says tyrant, who does he direct that to?
What do you mean? He's looking at all. He's got 11 eyes,
Well-
or was it 10? I forget. Is it-
Well, the tyrant as it sounded like a singular context, or is that like referenced as tyrants as us?
Oh, I think he's
plural.
referring to himself as a death tyrant.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I thought he was. Never
He
mind.
said, "I am your death tyrant, and you will bow to me."
I don't like to do that.
I heard it as "I am your death tyrant."
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah,
Punctuation
Yeah, so I'm
matters, and
yeah, punctuation matters.
unfortunately-
I was wondering, is he directing that statement like
Yeah.
as a tyrant
Yeah.
to somebody else, but a death tyrant as this?
No,
Okay.
he's literally referring to himself as a death tyrant. Technically, that's what they are in the book, but it fits because, well, he was the tyrant of your undead kingdom. He is literally the death tyrant, and you got to face him and get past him before you can even tackle the mountain at all. And that's what you guys are going to get to do come next week.
Well, as he says that, Emillynn, taking a page from Fern's book, goes, "We've already dealt with your friend. We've dealt with your triumvirate. You're just going to be a pushover."
Oh, damn. She's getting cocky like Fern. Oh, real quick, Sandwich Man, I'm sorry that we missed your question. If you're still in chat, appreciate the question. No, Druid and I aren't related, but it feels like we are. It feels like we're brother and sister. Although she looks more like brother and sister to Never Tilted.
Oh, he's my twin.
Yeah,
Don't you know?
he's your twin from another mother. Yeah. No, yeah. Druid and I have just, yeah. But honestly, I feel the same way about Fate. I feel like he's the brother that I never knew. And
Druid, are you going to say, is Fern going to say something to the death
Oh, yeah.
oh yeah, sorry, back in character. Yeah. Because we got to wrap this up a little bit early tonight, but that's okay.
Yeah. We don't like to bow to nobody. We don't do that kind of shit around here. I'm also a goddess, you know. You should be bowing to me.
Rylar says, "Speaking of shit, I fart in your general direction."
What are you, French?
All right, so tell you what though,
And Lorkris just sighs.
we will at least.
Actually, Lorkris is not sigh. He's not just unfazed.
We
Do
all
you have
kind
your
of felt
jump
like we
ring
were
on?
going to go.
No.
Okay, I want you guys to roll me your initiatives.
You
tonight.
going to put the jump ring on?
Or technically requires attunement.
Oh, darn.
The jump ring does.
Really? I'm gonna have to say no to that silly nonsense. Fern,
13.
Lorkris,
18.
Ray.
21. Alert. That +5 is awesome.
Oh, I know. That's dope. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the tyrant. He's rolling multiple dice.
So I had to roll for Rylar too.
Oh yeah.
Fern, what's your dexterity?
Huh?
What's your dexterity?
18.
You're more dexterous than me.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I only have a 16.
I only have a 12 in charisma and a 12 in strength.
I have a 15 in wisdom and a 10 in strength.
Okay, well, that has been your adventure for the evening. I'm thrilled that we've gotten to here. This has been what I've been, one of the things that I've been building towards for quite some time. I'm super happy we got to do this. And I can't wait to talk to you guys after.
Plot twist! You guys see another baby beholder on Miss Emillynn Ray's right side now.
She's making a weird shit now. You're
No,
off the
you
rails.
see a little mini beholder next to Philip. And Philip's like, when did you get there?
It's like the little Russian dolls. Just keep getting
Yeah, the little nesting dolls.
Finally got this little
Yup.
teeny tiny one.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck?
Like,
That's funny.
I'm only with a little speck next to Philip.
We all just thought it
Merch
was,
idea. All right, guys.
That's funny.
Thank you so much for
Alrighty.
joining us tonight. You guys are amazing. All the folks that came in with the raid, all the resubs, the follows, and for the my gosh, but Basislin bringing some of the old crew in. I appreciate you guys so much. And I'm glad you're making some progress in Diablo 4, finally. And holy crap, it's amazing. It's amazing. So, love you all. So, Beholder Russian dolls would be awesome. It would be. All right, who we raiding out to?
Well, Ilthacine's live.
That's good.
Ghost Reaper's live.
Any D&Ders? Goblins came in to ours earlier, didn't he? So
Yeah. I mean, we can just find someone new.
wow, Nerd the Gorse raided into us earlier, didn't he? Now he's streaming again.
Should we raid into him?
Oh.
It would be nice. Please see.
Yeah, let's do it.
Valora Plays is playing Baldur's Gate 3. She's somebody that we've seen from other folks over there. Let's do Valora Plays.
There's BT3 drops?
Yeah, I think so.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder if I claim those yet or not.
All right. So raid channel. Valora Plays.
Thank you, Silly Jester.
Billy Jester, you're amazing. All you guys, BT, for sticking around.
It says not able able to raid it.
Ah, he's probably getting ready to wrap up or she's getting ready to wrap up herself. So, well, Nerdthagorus it is then. Sounds like a plan.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Let's do it.
You guys check out Nerdthagorus. He plays some unusual, like it says he's playing World of Warcraft, but it doesn't look like World of Warcraft. So,
No, it's World of Warcraft.
really?
I reckon the inventory
Oh, okay.
screen.
All right, guys, thank you for joining us tonight. I love you all so much. I appreciate you. Be sure to check
Wonderful
out
and
Druid Fates.
amazing.
Yep. Make sure you give them shouts and loves and links and subs and biddies and all that stuff. And we'll see y'all.
No.
See y'all later. Bye-bye now.
You guys are the best. Goodbye. I love you. You're amazing.